Hey, how you doing, Junior? Must be Sunday evening over there, so hopefully you're not working. It's a nice, quiet Monday. I think it's 31 degrees. Beautiful blue skies. Perfect. Took off yesterday. Um, we had the Adelaide 500, and then I had the Red Hot Chili Peppers playing at the after race concert. So met a friend in town, and we caught up with some other people in there. Just sat around, had a coffee, and walked around. Just, it wasn't bad. But putting up with all the 19, 20-year-olds that probably fallen over themselves drunk. But it was good to get out. Um, First year of the Mustangs racing at the Adelaide 500 because with the discontinuation of the Ford Falcon here in Australia, um, being a Ford person, it was good to see the Mustangs dominate the race. So that was a bonus. But deciding what to do today. Really not sure. May think of something. Been meaning to get down to the beach again, but that hasn't happened. So not sure what's been happening in the community. Haven't seen a great deal. I know a few guys have done some streams. I know Dave streamed a couple of times. I've seen Quentin Ballou doing a couple of streams, but haven't watched his last couple. What are you up to anyway, Junior? Actually, I haven't heard from Gunner either. You got it, Nathan. I like the cars. It was pretty sad when Benjamin Orr passed away. Terribly underrated. Yeah, the race was good, NCE. To be honest, I don't know. I don't like the look of the new Commodores. They look the back end of them is really ugly. The Mustangs are pretty cool. They dominated the Holdens and a few Americans, and Holden is like a subsidiary of General Motors, so I guess Chev. But two 250-kilometre races over the Saturday, Sunday. Um, Mustangs won both, so that was cool. Yeah, Commodore. It's more European look car, but it's General Motors. So I guess Chev. Over here it was GMH, General Motors Holden. It wasn't bad. I mean, there was a couple of incidents. Hey, Crystal. Um, one poor lad on the fastest part of the track lost his brakes and ploughed into a wall at 180 kilometres an hour, which was just over 100 miles an hour. 160 k's is 100 miles an hour, so he pulled off into the wall at 180 k's, but he was okay. Uh, they do have other cars there racing on the day, but it's just usually the V8 supercars that I worry about. In America, the Pontiac two-door around, yeah, the Pontiac GTO, Nathan, they badged the Commodore as a GTO over there at one stage. They just upped the look of it a little bit, but Nathan, the Commodores that they raced at Adelaide look nothing like the Commodores of old. Now they're running a two-door. Um, it's based on the European model. The back end of them is really ugly. I didn't like the look of them at all. Front ends haven't changed too much, but the rear end is pretty ugly. But I'm not sure that Pontiac GTO that you're talking about, Nathan, actually did that well over there. I'm not really sure. I know they put the bonnets and the scoops on the GTO, and they were slightly more sporty looking than the Commodores over here. Oh yeah, totally different, Nathan. I'm good, Crystal. Thank you. And how are you, the Cali girl? Yeah, Holden Commodore NCE. Yep. Although this year the Commodores are nothing like they were in the past. I mean, if you really want to have a look, you can look up their Superloop Adelaide 500. and you'll probably come up with the pictures of the cars. But because well, Holden closed up here and Ford have closed up here now. Great to hear. Yeah, pretty well, Nathan. No, well, yeah. Hey, MJ. They do make them, but they're making them overseas now, somewhere in Southeast Asia, I believe, NCE. Yeah, if you look at the 217 cars, that's what they were looking like, but the 2019 cars are so much different. Last year and back, they were all four-door. How can he be blocked again? I'm not sure how that would have happened. I got no idea what the deal is, mate. I went through and actually unblogged. Big MJ Vlogs was on the block list as too, so I don't know how that happened. But I've never seen MJ get blocked again, so. In the last stream you're on, I think it was only went for about 40 minutes, so, and I never seen you get blocked. So bugger if I know what happened, mate. I can go through again and check it out and get you unblocked. NCE, he's not that evil. He's just a shit stirrer. I got mates like that and grew up with guys like MJ, so I guess I'm not as easily as offended as some guys. And I know he likes to push people's buttons and get a reaction. So when are some of you guys going to come to Australia? Guys need to, just bypass Southeast Asia once in a while and come over here and see Oz. Yeah, and see, I don't have an issue with that either, as long as it doesn't go too far and get nasty. Border off a duck's back. When it snows in the Philippines. Jesus, sister. Guys don't know what you're missing. Australia's got so much to offer people that if you want to be a tourist here, I mean, maybe not Adelaide. If I visit a place in New Zealand, yeah, New Zealand's cool. Just remember, there's two islands there. One you got to be a little bit more careful with the Maori population. Oh, okay. Well, the retarded bellhop, I know who you're talking about there. And Tony, yep. Look, Tony's not a pervert. Tony's a good guy, mate. There's nothing wrong with Tony, and he's definitely not a pervert. He's got the tats. Yeah, he would fit in well. Yeah, I know, sister. Actually, MJ, that's what everyone believes. But when you talk about the desert, the desert's all inland. The coastal areas totally different, mate. You'd actually fit in King's Cross, mate, in Sydney. You'd fit in really well there. But I mean, if you go to Queensland, you got Surfers Paradise, the Gold Coast, mate. That's party city. For a guy your age, mate, you'd have girls hanging off you up there. Plus, you got the meter maids over there who are walking up and down the streets in bikinis and high heels. Yeah, platypus. You gotta be careful with them too, NC. They got a poison spur uh, on towards the back on their feet. Oh, the polka dots. Look, we used to have a laugh with him too. We used to, I don't know if you remember that song, but we used to switch it around and tell him he was too sexy for his bed. But Tony's a good guy, and he can take a bit of shit stirring. But like anyone, mate, if you're going to attack his girlfriend, then he's going to get pissed at you, and I can't blame him. There's no need for that shit. You know, right said Fred. That's the one, NCE. Exactly. Your music knowledge, man, is unreal. You know, the guys I grew up with, mate, they they didn't attack people's wives and families. You know, it was always considered pretty piss weak. If you had a problem with someone, you took it up with them. It's kind of a shame that even that's changed in Australia now. But I'm not going to have it in here anyway. If you want to push something on one's buttons, that's fine. Don't just leave the families and that out of it. Same as this doxing bullshit. You know, there's no need for that shit. You know, tend to forget, mate. This is YouTube. This is the internet. It's very few guys on here who give people shit would be like that in person. And I'm not aiming that at you, MJ, because I don't think that's the case with you. But I definitely believe that to meet you in person, you'd be a totally different person and actually be pretty cool to hang out with. And you're probably about that same age I was when I started to not be so interested in drinking and shit. But I don't mind a few social ones. But to be honest, although I had my moments, and usually when I was with friends, I didn't like getting that pissed when I was out that I didn't know what I was doing. If the guy is chicken shit, sometimes you have to get evil to bring them out. The hiding war strategy. Oh, God. I don't know about that. I don't see anything on YouTube as being a war, MJ. Yeah. Seriously. I think too much of this shit gets taken too seriously. I'm just out to have a good time. I don't mind doing these streams and catch up with a few guys and have a chat and that. It's a good way to meet people all over the world. Hey, Face Runner. Yeah, neither am I. Yeah, exactly, MJ. Same here. If we caught up, we'd probably have a few drinks and Billy's hair does get old. Like I said, I really don't like getting to that stage where I don't know what I'm doing. That's too dangerous. I'd rather have a laugh with somebody and enjoy the moment. And enjoying the moment for me is not getting so drunk that I can't walk or start slurring your words. I mean, I was putting up with that yesterday in Adelaide, and it was quite annoying. Yeah, Nathan, that's so true, man. It's the morning after, yeah, well, that too, NCE. It wasn't so bad when you were younger, but the older you get, those morning afters keep getting worse and worse. Um, I'm not sure, MJ. He met it when I believe when Fives was over there. He met a heap of few friends, and he might be catching up with them and doing his family thing. Yeah, well, the yelling. Man, I mean, people were you know pretty well consistently attacking him, and I personally wish he'd just ignored it. And so, sometimes I guess you can't. You know, but I'll always have his back. Uh, you don't have to like him, but I consider him a friend. Our buddy has upgraded from the Fisher Price headset. Who's that, NCE? Yeah, I remember you saying something about that, Nathan. Well, that's fine. Thanks, NCE. He got a gift from a sub. Okay. I haven't seen him do much lately, and not really interested. His eye infection. Oh, I remember that. That was horrible. I don't know about this enabling bullshit. I know what you're saying, MJ, but at the end of the day, who gives a shit, man? Anyone that helps him will eventually, you know, you know, come to their senses and see what the guy's like. Well, he definitely wasn't doing that, MJ. All he did was met up with someone, and Focus is a good guy, man. He's got a big heart. The only thing I don't like is that some people will take advantage of that. But if that happens, mate, he'll cut him off. Focus is a big boy. He can make his own decision, pick his own friends. I'm not going to judge him on the friends that he has. Yeah, the laptop one, NC. I'll address that. I'm not usually into the drama, but he said the hard drive went, so he threw it out. Well, that's bullshit because a hard drive wouldn't be. If a hard drive went on one of those things, it's not that expensive to get a new. You wouldn't throw the whole laptop out because a hard drive went. So as far as I'm concerned, that was a lie, and he was definitely probably low on money at the time. Yeah, it'd be pretty nasty, Nathan. Uh, I wouldn't. I don't know about that, MJ. Me and Focus used to talk a lot, and I mean that's one of the things he said that he wasn't going to do. Nah, okay, MJ. Let's get this right. He didn't house him. He helped him find a place, and that's because his partner is in the real estate business. As far as feeding him, the only time he fed him, mate, is when they came over for New Year's Eve. And hooking him up with women, no, Focus wouldn't do that. thing is, you guys can read into it whatever you want, I guess. But this guilty by association thing, MJ, that's so immature, man. Seen him give $100. Well, that's true, Nathan. It is his business. I've never seen him give $100, but he used to, when he was living next door to Jay, I remember he gave him some super chats. But a lot of people did. Yeah, NCD, that's true. We all see something and we will all see it differently. But I know Focus and talk to the guy outside of here, so I know a little bit more. MJ, I agree. And if you really want to know, I've helped the guy myself, and let me tell you what it does, mate. It opens the door, and he then just keeps asking, but I put a stop to it. And when I seen how shit went at the last place, when he was living next door to Jay, that was enough. I did like the guy and thought he was trying to do the right thing, but unfortunately, he falls back to a certain way of behaving, and yeah, um, I'm not into that shit. No. Since he's been in Davao, as far as I know, he's gave him nothing. But when he was living next door to Jay, I did see him give him a super chat, yes. But since he's been in Davao, and I've spoken to Focus about it, and he said he wouldn't give him money again. But that didn't mean that he didn't like him, or wouldn't help him to find a better place to live or go have a drink with him. That wasn't going to stop him from doing that. So, don't take my words and twist them, MJ. Man, you're a rat bag, I tell you. You'd do well over here in Australia. Thunder, can I have $1,000? I need focus. Face runner. I'm almost tempted to say yes, but I know you're doing all right anyway. I don't know if Faganti's ever given him anything, and that's his business if he did, MJ. No, that's true, NCE. We're not going to see eye to eye, but as far as Barry's concerned, I think I'm on the same page as yourself and MJ. Um, it's just not focus. Yeah, I know. You do really well here, MJ. A lot of my mates would love you, man. Uh, I could send you out with some boys that would. You'd have a fucking hell of a time over here. Yeah, well, there you go, Nathan. You know what it's like, man. Well, look, MJ, read what he just said. So what he's telling you is that, like a lot of people, he did help probably one time and seen what it did and seen that the guy probably just abused it and obviously wouldn't do it again. A Bronx Tale, nah, no, I haven't seen that. The thing is, MJ, Nathan's not like that. There's some guys, and if you don't like someone, you just ignore them, and you don't have nothing to do with them. Why continually bash them? What's the point? Let's face it. Guys like that will eventually, and Hagandi sort of touched on it there. The guy will bring himself down. Yeah, sister, that's true. You want your $1 refund. Yeah, I don't think it's a race wars, MJ. You know what, Nathan? Um, it's hard to judge people you haven't met or whatever, but I think you're spot on, dead right. Well, MJ, who you like is up to you, mate. You obviously just mixed with the wrong people. You need to come over here and meet a whole different class of people, mate. You'll find, like they said before, you'd fit in really well over here. And instead of buying drinks and having to give money out, you'll find that over here, mate, you'd have guys buying you drinks and taking you out and showing you around. Look, no, I don't know about taking advantage, sister, of him not being smart. I think they just use it against him, and it wasn't hard to get a reaction out of him. I mean, I would forever tell him about that shit and you know, try and help him. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Disagree with you, MJ. And some press you could say taken advantage of, and in some countries still do. But it's a different world now. I mean, the guy's not even around all that often anymore, so I don't know why he's still in your sights. Really, MJ? Fuck, man. A few of the guys I know here that would buy you a drink, that's the last thing you want to fucking tell them, mate. These guys would put you fucking on your ass quicker than you think. But over here, mate, buying a mate a drink is not considered gay. And hell, some of these guys, if you refuse to drink they bought from you, they'd be quite offended. And you are on a roll today. But again, you're a shit stirrer, man. Look, I don't know why, MJ. Again, you're just pushing buttons, I guess. Hey, Steve, how you doing, mate? Well, that's fine, mate. In Oz, mate, mates will buy mates drink, as Nathan will tell you, mate. It's, I guess we're not, we're a little bit more in tune. Uh, we don't get so easy offended, and well, mate, being an Australian, that's how I grew up too. You know, mates would shout beers. You know, one if you're out with 5 or 6 guys, one guy would go buy everyone a drink, then the next guy would go. So it just saved everyone from getting up and individually having to go get a drink all the time. Paint chips. You know, MJ, how'd you go when they passed a joint around? You wouldn't take a joint from another guy? Yeah, Steve, exactly. The same shit happens here, mate. And if you went out with a group of guys, you know, one guy would go shout everyone a drink, and then the next guy would go and do it. It's just how it is. But MJ's just shit stirring. Yeah, I remember something like that, NCE. Havoc's all right too. I think he just drinks and then goes on a rant, and, which is, you know, to each their own. I know he's had a dig at me on other streams, but you know, who gives a shit? Yeah, Nathan, well put, mate. And obviously, we're more comfortable with our sexuality than MJ is. Marijuana is different. Dance with a lady boy. Well, good on you. Again, why? You know, probably again, it's far different culture here. The Belgium. Look, me and BK. Let's just say we're not getting along all that well. A bit too thin-skinned for me. Yeah, that happens here too, MJ. You know, females will buy you drinks here. I tell you what, mate. If you had half a dozen Mongols standing with you at the bar, and one of them bought you a drink, you'd be crazy to say no or tell him it's gay. Did you steal his woman? No, I didn't steal his woman. Not at all. Why? Where did that come from, NCE? That's a MJ. You're a dog. Gunner, how you doing, brother? My brother from another mother. I don't know where he's been, MJ. Probably working. No, Nancy, I don't know where that come from. But definitely not. If Gunner, if you were here, mate, I'd buy you drinks all night, mate. Take you out on the town. Yeah, he spends time on a couple of other streams as well, NCE. But mine, I don't. It doesn't bother me where he goes and what he does. I don't know. Face on. I think deep down, BK is not a bad guy. He's just very thin-skinned, very emotional. Jesus, MJ, what are you got a little board there with in front of you with all these buttons? Because you love pushing them. Not interested in the rumours, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Go Bobo's sister. I don't know why you keep up that charade. You're a guy. Yeah, he probably does face runner. But I've seen what he's like when he doesn't have some weed to smoke. Nah, Steve, it's not. And I've seen him what he's like when he's um, off of it, mate. He fucking turned on me pretty quickly, and I always thought we were friends. Yeah, yeah. He'd have been shitty in one of those where they keep the Minutemen. Again, just another rumor. I wouldn't believe everything you hear, MJ. Yeah, I knew what you meant. You're on your phone, I guess. Autocorrect is hitting you up. They're called depends. Look, I mean, I don't hate the guy. He's just very emotional, a little bit thin-skinned. And hell, who am I to judge anybody? I had my moments with Go Bobo, I tell you. Actually, MJ, I wouldn't throw down against you on that one. Um, Cloth is cheaper. Yeah, I know, Gunner. There's a lot of that. It's a bit like MJ. I know a lot of streams just take him out straight away. Um, I don't have a problem with MJ. Like I said, MJ is so much like a lot of the guys I hang out with and some of the younger guys and that. Um, so to me, a lot of what he says is water off a duck's back. I tend to laugh at it more, and I know that he's looking for that reaction, and he's just good at it. Um, and every time someone reacts, he wins. So it's the internet, MJ. Anyone can say anything they want, I guess. Oh, shit, that'd be horrible, NCE. Yeah, I know you do, MJ. I know. Like I said, every time someone reacts to you, you win. Yeah, Steve, that would be horrible. I wouldn't like to see that happen to anybody. Jesus, that's not nice. Yeah, yeah, that's sad, Face Runner. Very true. It's sad but true. No, you know what? I don't see him being like that at all. He might think it, but yeah, he's not that sort of person. Well, fuck, mate, you want to move like the Flash to dodge a bullet. Belgian bomber. I really don't know why you guys hit on him like you do. I just don't see the point. It is funny, MJ, but he's not like that. No, Gunner, he's not. You know, look, I think for the most part, like I said, he's a good guy inside. He said he's thin-skinned, he's emotional. Um, guys, guys see that, and it's like a magnet, mate. He draws all the trolling. Jesus, NCE, where you were at the postal service? Nah, MJ. I think most people would be surprised at those guys who could do that or go through with it. Uh, Eton, I'm not sure what that is. NCE. I know that in the US they had a big thing with the the postal workers for a long time. I mean, we used the term here, "go postal." Oh yeah, Steve. I was just saying, yeah. I'm not sure, but Jesus, Steve, that was yeah. He might be watching MJ. I just got a thumbs down, so If you're watching BK, donate you. Oh, he can lurk. That's fine. Anything that I say on here, we can say it to his face. So I think at the end of the day, you guys know I'm pretty fair and reasonable. I definitely don't say shit behind people's backs without being willing to say it to their face. For a wanker. Thanks, Steve. Well, no, usually I know one lurker is usually a certain Cali girl. She's usually lurking around here. Although she doesn't like it when I call her a lurker. Oh man, this coffee's good. I don't know NCE. I haven't seen or heard from him for a long time. There's a woman open game, even though they're on YouTube and slandering your name and trying. MJ. I mean, there's certain things you, as a guy, you wouldn't do, but at the same time, they shouldn't be immune from, copping a mouthful if they're giving it out. Here's your permit. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, NCE. He's talking about Mike Luna, but I haven't seen him around for a long time. Yeah, that's true, Gunnar. At a certain point, they do become fair game. Um, you know, he was around for a little while after all that shit. But I haven't seen him for a while. Well, again, you didn't listen. You're twisting what I said, MJ. I said there's certain things that a man should be, that you should behave, and there's certain things you shouldn't do as a man towards a woman. But as far as if they're going to give you a mouthful, I don't see why you can't give them a mouthful back. But again, it depends on what you want to say to them. That's one thing. MJ. I mean, you like twisting shit around, and that's fine. But I just think it's pointless when you know because most people already know how I feel about a lot of shit anyway, mate. And they know probably what I would, as far as how far I would go and how far I wouldn't go. But if you're gonna, if some bird is on YouTube or anywhere in a forum, whatever, and gives you a mouthful, yeah, sure, give them a mouthful back. You know, open both barrels. But again, there's a limit to what you would say or do. Well, in some cases, yeah, Ed. Just I'm not going to disagree with you, Ed. Well, in your culture, that's fine, MJ. I think there's a limit to how far you can go. Yeah, I can do that, Ed. No worries, buddy. Hang on. But going back to what they're saying, if you've got a lady on there, yeah, anywhere, and she's giving you a mouthful, yeah, give her a mouthful back, mate. Just like I said, that there's a line. Don't cross that line. There you go, Ed. At the end of the day, it's too easy to ignore people, and if you're smart enough, you can drop a person really quick with words anyway, and make them look stupid. Well, equal rights to an extent. Let me give you, um, if, and I've seen this happen in a bar. Um, if you've got, and this was a gay woman, uh, mate was talking to a girl, and it turned out that her partner was lesbian, and she came in there, and rather than just say anything, uh, tried to throw a punch at my mate, and he ended up just like turning sideways and letting it go past him, and he just flicked out and gave her one back real quickly and knocked her to the ground. Now, I'm not saying that I would do that, but at the time I thought, well, if she's going to throw punches at somebody, then yeah, she pretty well got what she asked for. I don't think women should be throwing punches at guys. Again, if if you're going to throw slander back, make sure it's true. Don't just make up shit, MJ. How you doing, Ed?
I'm here. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
All right. No, women are why treat women any different than you would treat another man?
Uh,
No reason.
well, I'll give you an example, Ed. Like, two guys can be in a bar. One guy gives one guy a mouthful. The other guy will punch him.
Yeah.
Well, but when that's a woman, you wouldn't do that.
Why not?
Yeah, yeah, NC, she was, yeah.
Why not? Because she's a woman. You want to. If I'm giving you shit in the bar, you're gonna knock me out. If one gives me shit in the bar, I'll knock her out.
Well, I can, yeah. Look, I know what you guys are saying.
A woman is no different than a man.
Well, no, and they want equal rights. But when you say no different than a man, I mean, let's face it,
The only
you
difference
they're
is they
not,
can have a baby and you can't. It's the only
and
difference.
they're not built the same. They don't have the same bone structure or muscle structure.
Eh,
You know,
so they get hurt easier. That's all.
but there's that saying, being bigger than somebody else. I think sometimes it's better to just walk away in most cases. Yeah, well, MJ, I don't blame you for doing that.
You treat a person how you want to be treated. If they treat you right, good. But once they start shit about you, you give it right back to them. That's all.
I got a mate he's a funny bastard, and sometimes women would get really stupid, and after a few drinks they'd get pretty, you know, think they're pretty tough, and they would think they could get away with anything, so they would give them a mouthful. And I tell you what, mate, this guy used to have the best comebacks, and he used to make them look so stupid, and then they would get angrier and angrier, and
Where's my brother Junior? He's not around.
Yeah, he was around earlier.
Was he around earlier? Oh,
Yeah, he was around earlier.
let's see. I just woke up and I ran this morning and went back to bed. Just woke up.
Oh, good on you. I'm enjoying the day, mate, because we had a couple of 40-odd degree days, and now it's back to 31 and beautiful. It's nice.
Mm.
Nice change.
I don't even know what it's warm out there. I don't know what it is. Let me see what it is out there. Hold on. Let me see what's going on outside.
Yeah, one of the things my wife, ex-wife, hated about me was when she would go on her rants and argue, and I wouldn't argue back. She fucking hated that, man. How you doing, Big Kev?
It's
But I just,
Saturday here.
I just couldn't see the point of arguing. You know, if you can't discuss something reasonably,
Yeah, that cook. Cook wheat flour lunchtime. It's good. What?
mate, MJ, that's what you want to vlog that, mate. That would be funny.
Hey,
There's
Crystal.
Crystal. See,
Hi,
she was
Crystal.
lurking. She's a lurker, Ed.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
she's
that's what
still.
I was. My ex, if she started on me, I just ignore her. I was like you. I ignore her. Get her pissed off more.
Yeah, they do. They get
Yeah.
really angry. I've had my ex actually hit me because wouldn't react to anything.
That's when I just walk out. I would never hit a woman. I would never hit one, but I'm also if they want to be equal, treat them equal.
Yeah, MJ, I'm with you on that one because they want it both ways. They want this equal rights and this feminist shit, and yeah, I mean, I've never seen a woman that doesn't appreciate having a door open for her, or you know, I mean, I don't want to get too much in this, but feminist is piss. It pisses me off, and it's ruining a lot of things. Hey, Randall, how you doing?
I
Yeah,
found out.
yeah, Big Kev, same thing.
I got to reboot. I'll be back.
Okay, mate, no worries. Crystal, since we got you in here, and you're the only lady at the moment, um, what's hey, Gummy Bear? Crystal, what's your thoughts on feminism? I'd love to hear that from from a woman side of things. I mean, as guys, I know a lot of us have issues with the feminist movement, and definitely, like, from being wanting equal rights, it's now gone way past that. Especially in politics here now, where they're trying to even up the numbers in politicians. Hey, Jedi, how you doing? Trying to get as many women as men into politics, which I don't like that idea. I mean, I wouldn't care if there was more women in politics. You get the best person for the job. You don't. You just don't choose people on a gender basis. I think that's just fucking insane. You know, get the best person for the job, not based on being male or female. All right. See you, Nathan. Oh, Jesus, Face Runner. You're out of control. How's that leg of yours coming, Big Kev? That's all healed up now? You getting around okay? Yeah, Jedi, some of them are, and I have seen some of them get it, and I can't say I've got a lot of sympathy for them. If you want to go around pushing men around and hitting men, then you know it's yeah, I don't have a lot of sympathy for them. Jesus, bench a 350 Chevy. Geez. Oh, that's frightening, man. Yeah, I hear you, Jedi. But like we were talking earlier, if it's just an everyday woman with a smart mouth, I mean, you know, I don't have issues with anyone getting smart back with them, but there's a line you don't cross. Okay, Kev, cool. Yeah, NCE, it's not the case with all of them, but generally speaking, you're right. Yeah, well, and Face Run, I pretty well made that clear. If they're gonna give you a mouthful, then there's no problem with giving them a mouthful back. Um, Jesus, Jedi, fucking hell, benching 300 pounds, shit. You got a chest like fucking Schwarzenegger, mate. Fucking that's scary, man. Well, we didn't get an answer from Crystal, so obviously she didn't want to buy into this discussion. Probably smart on her part. That's a new one, Nancy. You've never heard of that. But I have seen some of these bodybuilders, mate. They're out of control. I mean, well, one time, you know, uh, bodybuilders had great physiques and that. Now they're just kind of looking like freaks to the point of being ridiculous. Well, I'd say anything like that will be on YouTube, Jedi. Uh, uh, no worries, Ed. There you go, mate. My daughter's mum is living in Australia, and now her personality is changing. Yeah, that's a shame. I guess it's going to happen. shit, what's all these? Ah, we got you here back again, Ed.
Oh, I'm back again. I don't know what
No.
happened. Something just my audio started to fail on me for some reason. I still get the stupid feedback. I don't know why. I tried everything, went right through my settings, but I hear myself talking. And I don't know why. Not as bad
Yeah,
as it was before, but I don't know.
I can't help you, mate. I'm not what you call tech savvy, so
Me either. Me either. I live with it. It's not too bad right now.
uh, what's been happening there on Negros, mate?
Nothing.
Yeah,
At
same
all.
shit, different day.
That's it. Same shit, different day. Got my
Yeah.
airplane ticket to go home in September. Finally got that done.
Okay, I guess yeah, if you book it early, you get a better price, I guess.
$1,000.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, from Cebu to New York to JFK and back. $1,000. Asiana.
Oh,
And it's
that
Asiana. I don't have to go through. I could have got it cheaper going through China, but I don't. I said screw that. I don't want to go through China. But Asiana had a good price on it. So go from Cebu to Korea, and Korea to New York to JFK.
how many hours will that take you to get home?
Altogether, it'd be 24 hours all together.
Oh shit!
So,
Oh, man.
17 across the pond, and I think 5 hours, 23, about 23, 17 hours across the pond, and then 5 hours from here to Seoul. So it's a long flight.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah. But I got
I think,
the upper deck of the 380. I love sitting up in the upper deck of that 880, whatever it is, that aircraft. Mm, don't be too bad.
actually, what did I watch?
Mm.
Ah, where did I see it? Uh, something about. Do you remember the Malaysian Airlines flight that went missing?
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
I see that they're bringing that back up again.
Oh, they find it?
No. I think people are trying to do like a GoFundMe to pay for another search for it, but uh, my honest opinion is that after all this time, they're not going to find a lot.
No, no way.
It'd be like trying to find a needle in a haystack now.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think one of the big issues though was um, the fact that the Malaysians didn't want to take responsibility for the pilot. Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of evidence to say that the pilot went rogue, but they didn't want to admit that, which is kind of stupid. I mean,
That was a strange one. He might be hanging
yeah,
out at the bottom of the Mariana Trench someplace.
yeah. Well, actually, it might be the Atlantic. I'm not sure, but um, they did find some shit on his computer about where he had a course that was plotted on a simulator that went into the middle of nowhere.
Mm.
So I don't know. I mean, it's all conjecture, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The Philippine Airlines, they have a direct flight from Manila to JFK, but that's an expensive flight. That's an expensive one. I think it's 17 hours, well, 14 hours. I think they say that flight is from New York City, from Manila to JFK. Well,
Well, $1,000 there and back. That's pretty cheap.
that's not too bad, yeah. And then it's going to cost me probably another $50 to get home. I have to take the
Ah,
bus home. I have to jump on a bus to get to my place. So.
well, you can't get someone family to pick you up, or
I don't want my daughter. It would be my daughter. I don't want her to pick me up. She'd pick me back. And it's in the middle of the week. It's Thursday, and she's working. So by the time I get home, like I'll get home right about when she gets off work. So she'll pick me up at the bus station in Scranton. So that'll be good enough. And when I come back, I'm coming back on a Saturday. So she'll drive me out to New York on Saturday.
I bet you're looking forward to that though, just to
Yeah,
catch up
just a break.
family,
Yeah, a little break. Get to catch
um,
up with the family and
eat some hoagies.
yep, go to my class reunion. Let's go to my reunion, meet up with the family, eat some hoagies. I'm
How
gonna
did
put a like buying box together with all good junk in it to send back.
Yeah,
Um,
good idea.
mm, yeah.
Had your daughter ever been to the Philippines?
My daughter was born in the Philippines. Yes.
Oh, okay. So, but she
Mhm.
has no inkling to go back and visit, or
No, no, she has no inkling. No. Yeah, she'd like to someday. I told her whenever you want to come over, but yeah, I don't know what she might. She got a good job. And she didn't want to take the time to come over here again.
well, I guess she's not married, settled with a family over there. So,
Yeah,
I guess the priorities change, eh?
yeah, true. Yeah, and she left here when she was small, so she doesn't really remember a lot. She was just a baby when she left. So,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
just,
Well, it's been pretty quiet, other than I've seen Quentin do a couple of live streams. I still can't believe that shit's gone on between him and the chair, though. I mean,
that's never going to stop. That's never going to stop.
yeah,
The
but
only way that is going to stop if both of them don't say anything about either one of them. That's the only way that will stop. If Quinton just doesn't say anything about him, and if Frank just shuts his mouth up, then it might stop.
yeah, I'm, I'm not, I don't understand. Like, Dave should realise what Frank's game is, and
Mhm.
you know, I mean, it's a no-boner when it comes to looking at both guys and working out who's got a half a brain and who hasn't. Well, that's probably being unfair to Dave. I mean, he's quite an intelligent guy, but
Brother,
I, I don't know why it bothers.
yeah, I think it's a 4 hour layover in Seoul I have. So
Oh,
it's not
4 hours.
that's not too bad. It's not too layover. See, I have a priority club card, so I'll just go to one of the priority lounge and sit there for a couple hours. I don't have to worry. Free food, free booze. What the hell? Mm,
Fair enough.
yeah, I just go to the lounge and relax in the lounge a couple hours between flights.
I am. I'm not a big fan of flying. I mean, I do it, but but the longest flight I've ever done is 17 and a half. So it's
Yeah.
not really. That was from Australia to LA.
Mm. I don't
It's a,
mind the 4 hour layover. It's just because the 4 hour layover, you got a lot of time to bend in case, like, say, your flight is late, and a lot of these flights are taking, like, a lot of these airports. There was one flight I was going to try to get, but it was just an hour and a half layover, and that's just too quick. You can't imagine you have to land into. It was going in. It went out of China. It was going to United into Chicago with an hour and a half layover after you hit Chicago. Now that is close because you have to clear customs and immigration when you hit the states. And an hour and a half, I don't know. That's that is really kind of close.
Graham, how you doing? I just had to. refresh the page because I seen the messages had stopped, so didn't see you jump in there, Graham. Sorry about that.
That's when I almost booked one, China. That's why I said I'll just take the 5-hour layover instead of the 17-hour layover. Mm.
Yeah, I think you're right, NCE. Doesn't matter what Dave does, Frank will always be.
Yeah.
But I, I mean, this is just my own personal opinion: is that Dave just needs to drop it, and because he's not even in the same ball game, mate. You know, Dave's never going to get anywhere with it. Yeah, I'm not even interested, Steve, with him. He's a, I mean, the guy's sandwich short of a picnic, so
I
he
think
wants that
everybody
drama.
out there, everybody subscribed to him should unsubscribe. If you want to listen to him, you can always just type his name in and pull up the show. But he's living. He went over 1,000. He's getting his money now, and he did that just because Dave did it to him. The drama. Everybody subscribed to him. See, they should just all unsubscribe to him, bring him back down under 1,000, and that'll piss him off, and he may stop. Because
Yeah,
not that many people follow him. I mean, like you peek into one of his shows, there's only 3 or 4 people in the room.
I don't think he'll stop because, like I
Yeah.
said, the guy's not normal. He doesn't think like a normal
Oh
person.
no, he doesn't. No.
Um,
Mm.
the love or lust, I don't know, Graham. It's just ludicrous. The guy's just incredibly fucking insane, and
Mhm.
I don't know.
I don't know about
I just don't have the patience, I guess, for it. I know
him.
guys find it entertaining and they like stirring him up and that, but um, just I got no time for it.
Mm. I see where Obama is just really playing his games now. He's not coming on too much at all.
Yeah,
He's
I've
just
seen.
playing his games. I don't know.
I get the notifications, but I don't watch. But I've noticed he's been on less and less, and
Mm.
I'm definitely not going to watch a fucking him
No,
play a game. So
no way. I think yesterday he was on. He did a chat yesterday. I didn't see it, but I heard he was on yesterday for a little bit.
yeah, well, NC, some of those trolls in ought to be unsub from him. So the guy's delusional. You know, banned there 3 times. I got banned, Steve, before I even went on any of his shows. So it
He said
was
he
kind of
banned
funny.
me. Yeah,
Yeah, insane
I
is
don't,
putting it.
I don't subscribe to him at all. Yeah, I don't even have. I don't even. I don't
No,
even
I don't.
subscribe to him.
Bit like the other guy they talk about, Michael Fazio. I don't. I'm
Oh,
not subscribed. I don't watch him either. So
mm.
uh,
Oh, Fazio is funny. Fazio is a pretty cool guy. He's
oh
funny.
yeah, yeah. I've heard that.
He-
It's just not someone I've watched.
yeah,
Yeah, Gunner. We're both pre-banned.
yeah. Revenge.
Oh, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, that's true, NCE. But again, what he does is his business.
Yeah.
I think he's going to find a lot of people are not going to be interested in watching him play games. That's for sure. Yeah, he had the opportunity there to create a really good channel and show people how to live on very minimal. But the truth is, he didn't want to live on minimal.
Mm.
You know, he he's seen all this. These big guys on YouTube making money, and he thought he could do the same. That's how I see it, anyway. But he doesn't have the personality for it. He reacts too much, and I don't watch him at all, Steve. Nothing against the guy.
Me neither.
I mean, I don't. I mean, even a lot of channels that I'm sub to now, I don't always watch them. Just depends on how I feel, I guess. The people need to take a leaf out of Sentai 7's book, mate, because he handles all the drama pretty well, mate. Just ignores it and laughs it off, and
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to go, personally.
Really.
No, Gunner, I agree. Yeah, I think. I mean, he had a channel there with quite a few thousand subs at one stage, but I think that was because when he first started, he had the opportunity to make a good channel, but unfortunately, his personality is not suited to that. Yeah, not only that, NC, you need a charisma. You also need to be, one of the top gamers, I guess. And he has neither, or is neither. So yeah, exactly, Gunner. It's a shame, but yeah, I think he's. I mean, again, this is just my own opinion, but he has a self-destructive nature, I think. And I used to tell him to straight to his face that he was his own worst enemy. I think one of the things that is very annoying about him is that you can try and help him and give him advice, but he'll just totally ignore it. He's not interested in anyone else's opinion, really. Uh,
I used to love it when he'd always want to fight somebody, and I tell him straight out, what does mean you want to fight somebody? I go, somebody hit you one time, you'd be on the goddamn wheelchair. Jesus Christ! And you
yeah,
want to fight somebody? He didn't like that too much.
yeah, and see, that's a really good point. Uh, the MGTOW thing, although
Yeah.
to me that was a bullshit thing because he really wasn't. I mean, you could have called Jay MGTOW, I guess, the way he was carrying on over there, and doing his own thing and different girls whenever he wanted. But Barry seemed to always be looking for a relationship, so um, so it's definitely not. He was definitely never MGTOW. I tried NCE, um, but he just he didn't like listening, so it was kind of pointless.
Mm.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch him anymore, and that's fine. That's how most people should address it, I guess. If you don't like someone, just don't watch them. Uh, yeah, so I've seen him in the Philippines. It wasn't too bad, Gunner, but I've never seen the speaking in tongues or the Jimmy Swaggart thing. But yeah, yeah, maybe you're right, Face Runner. Yeah.
Terry started to pull the Jimmy Swagger before he went to the Philippines, and then when he came back, he continued it. I think he went to the Philippines. He was going to try to save all the girls on Walking Street. That was his main
Jesus,
mission.
Jesus. Yeah, NCE, that is exactly right. Like he seemed to always be looking for a relationship. So I don't see how you can claim to be MGTOW. I mean, you kind of make yourself look stupid saying that. Jealous of it. Yeah, I'm
You're
envious
jealous
of.
of Ed. No
Oh yeah,
reason to be jealous of Ed. Jesus.
Well, yeah, it's not a reality Jedi.
Yeah,
Well, no, Ed. I mean, people can be envious. I wouldn't say jealous, but envious. I mean, you're living the life that you want to lead.
right. Yeah, I'm
So
living. To me, I am. I'm living where I once supposed to be, right here. I had this plan for so long, and I've done it, and I'm not sorry about it.
no, why should you be, mate? You got beautiful wife, you got beautiful
Right?
kids,
Yeah, I do.
you know, doing what you want, and
Right. Mm-hmm.
it's a
Yeah,
shame that other people can't just do the same thing rather than try and get involved in all this shooting. But again, I think with Barry,
I thought I
he,
was
he
gonna have
he
a.
wants to live.
I thought I was gonna have a completely finished house, but she put the stop on the wall for another month. I don't know. My wife is. I don't know what the hell she does. Like they're working on the wall, got it almost done, and she said, "Oops, stop for a month." So now it'll be next month before she decides to finish the wall. I don't know what this lady does. It's gonna take me like I took a year to get the house done.
Hey,
Still,
Chris,
it'll take another year to finish the rest of it off. I think.
that seems to be the Philippine way. Just take your
Yeah.
time doing things. How you doing, Crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah, once bitten. Yeah, obviously, some people are a glutton for punishment. I guess NCE. I mean, I don't know much about the Terry guy. Um, I did see some of the videos he made in the Philippines there.
He was going to save every girl on Walking Street. I tell you, that was his. His
Yeah, and then that's kind of crazy. I mean, helping people is not a bad thing, but when you're talking about the Walking Street girls, we're talking about girls who don't want to be saved. Yeah, NCE, it's going to cost you a bit, mate, getting bags of concrete over to him.
It's not the concrete now. It's what is it? What does she need now? The iron for the top of the wall.
You really need to bite
Yeah.
the bullet, Ed, and just put her in a place and say, look, this is it. We're doing this. Live
Yeah.
with it.
I just let her go. Shit, I don't want to bother her. She'll get it
Uh,
done.
it's
It'll get done.
probably the smarter thing in the long run, but
Yeah.
I'm a bit like I'd want to get it all done and out the way myself.
That's it. That's the Filipino way, though. They do it so much, stop, do it so much, stop. At least the house is finished. I'm living in the house. That's all. And the rest of the junk is just gotta paint it, put the wall up, and that's it.
Yeah,
And do a little yard work. Well, put some cement down on the patio. That's all.
yeah.
And let it go. It'll get done some year. I thought I might be dead and buried before she gets it done. But I should take a picture of it and put it in my damn coffin. Shit.
Well, what they don't understand is like, uh, as a guy in the position that you're in, you want to see that your family's looked after.
Yeah.
You want to make sure everything's done before you're gone.
Yeah. The money's there. They just got a chance to do it. That's I think she's so clean put with money. My wife is stingy on money. She has everything planned, what she has to have, and she goes right by it. I'll tell you, like she looks for. I don't know what's holding her up on the iron. The guy's giving her a hard time with price, I think. And she's when you're out in the province, you really got to. I don't know how to say, but she'll get it done.
Oh yeah, I don't know much about him, NC. Only what people say and talk about him. I don't hear a lot of good things said about the guy, but at the
I
end of the
think he
day,
lives. I think he lives in the car, doesn't he? I think the guy lives in the car. You never see him out of the car.
I don't know.
Unless I take the tattoo artist doesn't get tell us the
Well,
tax
shit.
fucking out.
If he was a tattoo artist, mate, and I know what they're like over here, mate, they make big money.
Oh yeah.
I've got a friend of mine who's thinking about getting into it now. I hope he does, man, because I'll be
Is he a
hitting
good
him up.
artist? Is he a
Pardon?
good artist? Is he a
Yeah,
good artist? Yeah.
yeah, very. Uh, his eye for colours and
Yeah.
uh, that is real good. So I'll be hitting him up for a heap of free shit if he ever does it. I
Well,
should go and buy him a bloody tattoo kit and get him practicing.
yeah.
Yeah, look, Jedi. The MGTOW thing is it's just a label. It's a bullshit label. Uh,
Right.
I have no time for that shit. Um, as for the start dating again, fuck man, you know, the thing is finding someone that you're really going to hit it off with. That you share the same interest to. And I mean, that's not you don't want to share everything the same because it'll make life pretty boring. But you definitely need something to gel you together. And I wouldn't say to anyone that a relationship's a bad thing, but geez, you this time around, I'd definitely make sure that
Gonna be more careful this time around, right?
yeah, common ground, NCE. You got to have some common ground, and to me, uh, you know, I guess it's a fairy tale thing, expecting to meet someone like that that's going to be your best friend, and you know, even then, it's one of those things. And I got told a while ago, you don't really know a woman till you divorce them, which is pretty sad, but I found that to be very true. So, but then other guys have got divorced and whatever, and things have gone really smooth, and even remain friends. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way for me. I just had someone that seen the chance to get everything they wanted. If you want a friend, get a dog. Yeah, that's probably true. NCE. But,
No, not for me.
but
He let a dog and he just pissed me off. The dog would piss me off and I'd cook it. I don't want a dog. Jesus.
mm, Jesus said,
What?
I don't know. I mean, if you see those guys that do have good relationships, yeah, that's true, Jedi, exactly. But you do see those guys, and I've got friends like that, mate, who them and their wives they bounce off each other, and you know, but the trick is to find someone like that. Uh,
Kelly, it depends on which way you need a woman. If you're bouncing around Angel City or Bangkok, hey, if you got the money, you got a woman. A
yeah,
different
but
one every night. Depends what you want.
the thing is that can get old after a while.
Yeah, it could. Yeah,
And I've
yeah.
talked about this before. Like yeah, sleeping around. You have your fun, whatever. But when you're with someone in a relationship, it's much better than the one night stand shits.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I agree 100%. But to a lot of guys, it depends. They don't want a true relationship. That's
Yeah,
what they
well,
want to take on. So.
and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, face runner. But everyone's different. You know, I'd be happy to settle down with a good woman again, but I guess it's a matter of finding that person. And the last thing you want to do is hit someone on the rebound and just uh, you really want to make sure before you jump into a relationship. That's for sure.
I was
But
married twice. My first wife and I, we get along. I still talk to her. But with me, like you're saying, rebound. I screwed up. I was I was more like you. I was on a rebound, and the second one was I wouldn't care if she got hit with a bus. You know,
Jesus. Yeah,
that's how
me
much I
too.
think of this girl. She could walk out in front of a bus and get hit, and I wouldn't. It wouldn't lose them. I just keep sleep out of it.
Yeah, I'm the same. But, I've been single for over 3 years now. So, I definitely
Well,
haven't rushed out to get into that.
after my second divorce, I was single almost 14, 15 years before
Yeah.
I met this wife now. So
But, I miss having someone to spend my time with and do things with. And,
mhm.
it's sometimes it's the little things that you miss the most, like uh, just sitting down to watch a movie or jumping in the car and go for a drive or go away for a weekend and uh, like I used to love cooking, but that became a necessity because my ex didn't like to cook. But uh, now it's not the same when you cook for yourself. Jeez, face runner. Yeah, I learned the hard way. All right. This is the same. Oh, Gunner, you funny bastard. Yeah, yeah, I know Jedi. Um, and
before you fall in love, before you fall in love, sow the oats first. Go wild for a while, then fall in love.
yeah, I hear you.
But go
But
have one wild fling, then fall in love.
but you got to be careful even with that because you know um you know I just gone back about nearly 2 years ago. I dated a girl and she still calls me up today and you know wanting to catch up and I just keep telling her no, I'm not interested and um, but
You come over here, do the bar scene for a month, and then go back and fall in love.
yeah, maybe I mean it'd be nice to even if I met someone now to I mean if I was to meet a Western girl, um, I'd still travel and I'd still go to places like the Philippines and
Mhm.
we'd just go enjoy it together,
Yeah. Mhm.
for me at the moment when I talked about going over there, it was and I was dead serious. So to me it was more important to catch up with guys like you,
Yeah.
Larry, Focus, and that than it was to meet a girl. I mean, if that happened, that happened. I
Yeah.
mean, it's there for you if you want it. Um,
That's it.
but it was more important to just catch up with you guys and
Yeah.
yeah,
That's all. Just come over here, have a good time. Don't worry about a girl. You'll fall into one. You'll fall
yeah,
over one. The one will fall over you, or you'll fall over one. It'll come.
yeah. And I'll be honest with you guys. I really don't care where the girl's from. Whether she's from Asia or Europe or America uh, or even Australian, I guess. But uh, you just gotta find one with the right attitude that shares the same interest and wants the same things. I tell you what, it's really hard though with Western girls is, and I fell for this one in a big way. Was when I got married. I thought it was forever. Uh, but Western women now, that's not. They don't have that same. It's just so easy to get divorced and you know, no one wants to work on a relationship anymore. It's the
Don't
grass is
get
always
married.
greener.
Don't get married to somebody you love and just shack up. Don't need to marriage is just a piece of paper.
Ah, face right. There's lots of things. I mean, what did I see the other day? Um, guys going over somewhere, one of the Eastern European countries, might have been the Ukraine or something, where women are like 3 to 1 to men because of wars and shit like that. The women are 3 to 1, and there's some beautiful women over there. But I guess at the end of the day, and it's the same with the Philippines, is the culture thing, whether you can adapt to each other coming from two different cultures.
You just don't get married. Why get married? Just find somebody to live with the rest of your life.
Because the option of having a child is still not off the table for me, Ed.
Well, you still
And
got a child. You still
but
could have a child.
yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I'm old fashioned. I don't like the idea of the Ukraine Jedi. I'm not. I just don't like the idea of having a child out of wedlock. If I want, I'd rather the kid grow up with a
What is
mum and
marriage?
dad that are married, and
Hey, what is marriage?
it's a commitment.
Okay, you can have a commitment with a woman. Marriage is a piece of paper.
That's true too.
That's
I
all
won't.
it is a piece of paper. Like I found out the hard way. My wife now, we had the hell of a time to get married because where I live, the city I live in, did not remember. I was married twice before to two Filipinos. Okay, I have a divorce certificate from two Filipinos. I got the legal capacity of marriage from the embassy. I have the divorce certificates. Yet I had to do a Cinemar. When you do a Cinemar, it come back. Two names, my ex-two wives, are on the Cinemar. The city I live in, they would not marry me because they said, you didn't know, no, you have to get an annulled from these two. You're still married. I said, buddy, here's divorce degrees. This city will not accept it. I had to actually go to another city to get married to
Yeah,
make it legal because that's I know it's just a piece of paper. Jesus, that's how the Philippines is so weird. By Filipino law, I could get married. The
yeah.
divorce degrees and the thing from the embassy, you could do it. But then again, in the Philippines, they leave it up to the city where you live.
See,
The staff here has a policy saying, "Hey, we're not going to accept anything. You're not getting married."
yeah.
Marriage is simply a legal contract, not more.
I have heard though that it's
Right.
if you marry in another country, it's a lot easier. But if you marry in the Philippines, it becomes more complicated. Yeah, look, I hear you, Graham. Um,
Hmm.
I guess, like I said, I'm a bit more old fashioned.
So you have a child, you give a child your name, and bingo, same thing. It's just and
Yeah, Jet.
a good thing about not without that piece of paper. If anything ever did happen,
Yeah, Jedi. To be honest with you, um, I know this is how it is in Australia, mate. Whether you have that piece of paper or not, if you're in a relationship and you've got children with somebody, that piece of paper won't matter, mate. They'll still treat it as if you were married. So
as
at the
far
end
as
of the day,
the child
yeah. And
only.
no, not only the woman still has can make all the claims as if she was married. So
Uh,
it's the same whether you've
that's
got that piece of
Australia.
paper or not.
That's Australia. It's nowhere else.
Well, it is over here. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Common law wife. You got it,
Uh,
Jedi.
what's common law? 10 years. What a
No,
woman
no,
10
over
years.
here it's like 6 months or a year or something like that.
Yeah.
Once you been shacked up with a girl for 6 months or 12 months, it used to be six. It might. I'm not sure if it still is, but once you, they call it a de facto relationship. But yeah, common law wife is a better term for it. Oh, no one forces you to do DNA tests under
In the
face runner,
Philippines,
but
I'll tell you, in the Philippines, they do. The embassy can, if you have a child in the Philippines, they can ask you for DNA for the child to become an American citizen. They just don't go off the birth certificate. They it didn't happen to me. They just took the birth certificate for what it was. But I've known people who were asked for DNA samples
yeah, well,
to have their
face
kids
runner
in.
over here, the government can force that if they have to.
Yeah.
Pig's ass. Yeah, well, maybe Graham. But again, like the the truth of it was I was I didn't have a problem being married. I used to hear people make jokes about being married all the time, but it was never a bad thing for me. I was happy. I could never deny the child at all, face runner, never. If I have a child, uh, that's it. And as even at my age, I would still love to have a child. That, like I said, that's not off the table for me. I mean, some guys who've got plenty of kids might look at that differently, but I only have the one son, and I'm I'm not. I said it's not off the table for me. I still wouldn't mind having. I enjoyed being a dad, and I said to me it probably saved me a lot of heartache and headaches because I completely turned around
It's off
once my
the
son
table.
was born.
It's off the table for me right now. No more.
Well, that's fair enough, Ed. I mean,
I'm,
I can
I have.
understand that.
I'm an old man, and I just had one. I don't need no more. Want to see
Yeah,
this one grow up a little bit. I got to last at least 25 years to see my little boy grow up. So
yeah, Jed, I agree. There's nothing worse than a father who won't man up and look after their kids. To me, it's a. I mean, it's going to sound soppy here, but they're a special gift, mate. I mean, Graham will tell you, like as much as he complains about his kids and they don't listen to you or take your advice all the time and they think they know everything, they're still, you wouldn't swap them for anything.
Kev, not to get personal with you, but what's going to happen to your kids? The ones in the Philippines with their mom in Australia and everything. What's their situation?
Yeah, Kev, that's a hard one. You're in a hard position. I really don't
You
have
are in
an
a
answer
packed
for
up
you.
position. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any answers for you, mate.
Can you get them? That's the question. Can you get your kids?
He'd probably struggle, mate. I mean, if it's like any other country, mothers seem to, get priority over having the kids, as wrong as that is. But that's how they seem to work.
I got my two kids, my ex-wife. I got my two, my son and daughter. I got them off her.
Yeah, good on you. It's, it's always good to hear when that happens. Hang on, guys. A dog wants to go out. So,
All right,
Ed,
take the dog out. Get your
hey,
gloves. Get your gloves.
you look after
Get, yeah,
the crowd for me, mate.
get your glove and take your dog out. You give him a little relaxation. There we go.
Jesus, Ed.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you, Jenny. The only reason you can't hear me so good is I'm getting a lot of feedback in my microphone. I'm hearing myself talk, and I'm trying to do things. Hey, Chris, I'm doing good. How about you? I'd say, Cav, if you could get your kids out of the Philippines, you'd be great. If you just get them out of that country, take charge. I don't take charge. Jesus. That's why I don't go on my channel. I have no idea. I am not a person to be able to sit here and handle a show. Okay. I'm not like Cav. He could go on for hours, or some other ones could go on for hours. Not me. I never blocked anybody in C. I have nobody blocked at all. Guaranteed it. I might time you out, but I can't time out anybody in this room because he gives everybody wrenches. I still say the only wrenches in this room should be me and Junior, and let the room rental fall. We'll take care of it. But Big Cam, let's move back to PI. I don't know why. I don't know why. I get the kids out of the PI. I don't want to be. That's just me. If I had the choice between the PI and the States with just me and the kids, it'll be the States. Maybe she'd move. Cav, did you ever do the paperwork for their citizenship? Are they Filipinos or are they American?
That's a good question. I wonder.
Because if you ever do the paperwork for their citizenship, if they're Americans, you could stop her. You could get them.
Yeah, I don't know how they work in another country though, but definitely I'd be seeking
Yeah.
some legal advice on that.
Yeah. Because if they're Americans, if he did the paperwork to get them to American citizen born abroad,
The only thing he's
he's
going to
got
have
to go
trouble
through
with is
them.
that they may say that she can't move them because he's got the right to go to see them, but because he's overseas already, that might affect it, and the fact that he can't go back to the Philippines also may affect that as well. So, and I don't know if American law will hold up in the Philippines. That's for sure.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah, but she may be able to Jedi. Yeah, I agree, Graham. That's true. But if you meet a good woman and um, you don't look at it that way, I guess.
my wife has my wallet, but I won't give her a meat cleaver. She has to get that by herself if she wants it.
Oh, jeez, mate. Yeah,
But she has my wallet, though.
you don't want to wake up in the middle of the night bleeding between the legs.
Yeah. Tell you. I did have a problem with my ex with my kids where she wanted to bring them back to the Philippines. But the thing is, she was in the States and she wanted to bring the kids back to the Philippines. And I stopped that cold. I went to her and said, hey, this is not going to happen. And it didn't happen. They would not let her remove the kids.
Did you see that? Did you see that then? Fucking Dick Insider came in there, muted me, and then took off again.
He did the son of a bitch. Where is he?
He came in, muted me, and then ran off.
That's
As
not
soon as,
cool.
as soon as I
I
seen
didn't
his
see
name,
that. I didn't even see his name.
as soon as I seen it, I had to go check.
I'll be damned. See, that's what I told you. The dick is kind of you an ass.
Uh,
Weird son of a.
you're going to have big problems, Kev. One, because you have no access to the Philippines as you can't go there, so that's going to affect it. I don't know how American law will work in the Philippines.
Have they have your last name, but do they have citizenship? Do they do the paperwork? Do they have American
Yeah,
birth certificates?
but the US, like I said, you need to check it out because they may not be able to enforce anything in the Philippines.
Oh, if they have American citizenship, they could stop her from taking them out of the
No,
Philippines.
no, no. But hang on. My argument is that, and the argument that she could use, is that he can't go to the Philippines anyway. Do you know what I mean? And the other thing is because he's overseas, they could say, well, it's no different going to the Philippines as going to Australia. In fact, it's probably closer to go to Australia for him than it is the Philippines.
He could say that she kidnapped them.
But definitely Jedi, definitely see an attorney, seek legal advice.
Like if she tries to move him, he could say, "Hey, she's kidnapping my kids."
It wasn't that funny, Crystal. Thank you very much. Jesus.
You know, that's what I would do. I'd say, "Hey, she's kidnapping my kids." They're supposed to be in one location. She's kidnapping them. She's moving them to another country.
Yeah, but NCE, if your kids and you're that serious about it, then the money's nothing, mate. That's the truth. Yeah, once he pays his overdue fees, Jedi, but at this point in time, it may affect.
Kev, that's not the fact, though, Kev, because they have your last name.
That's
They
right.
need that American birth certificate, the American citizen born abroad.
If
That's
they're
what they need, and they need your American passport.
if they're Philippine citizens, I told you ball game, Kevin.
Yeah, if they're Filipinos, they're hers. But if they have that American birth certificate saying American citizen born abroad,
The only
then it's
chance,
a different
the
story.
the only chance you got, Kev, is getting back over to the Philippines, and then you might have half a chance. Yeah, if they're Philippine citizens, mate, then the US is not going to be able to do nothing at all.
No, nothing at all. But I'm saying they have to have that birth certificate, that blue birth certificate from the Department of State. It says American citizen born abroad.
Yeah, Graham, I hear you, but at the end of the day, if you meet someone that you click with, and you spend enough time with that person, why keep looking? Because this is how I see it, is that, yeah, you can go out and enjoy yourself, but eventually then you're never satisfied with anything. It's always going to be the grass is greener on the other side all the time. Yeah.
Government, if they get the American birth certificate, American citizen born abroad, they don't have to file for citizenship. They just have to do that paperwork to get the birth certificate.
Yeah, over here we got what's it called? But you can get attorneys that'll work. The government will pay for it.
But in Cal's case, it might be a problem because the kids are older now. He should have done it at birth.
Yeah, I know, Graham. I hear you. You know, I guess, Graham. I just don't want to be negative. I don't want to be a. I've always been a glasses half full sort of guy. And not half empty. So, um, and the bottom line is, I know that out there somewhere is someone that is, um, the perfect match. I think we've all got a perfect match out there. It's just a matter of finding that person. I think sometimes we get a little bit jaded, and Jedi knows what I mean. We get a bit jaded and a bit gun shy, wary of relationships. Yeah, that's a good point, NCE. How motivated? I'm not sure. I mean, with the super chats and that now, and PayPal, I'd be, if I was Kev, I'd be putting every cent of that away, and to get myself back over there to see my kids, by hook or by crook. Again, I'm not privy to Kev's situation, so.
Kev, do you understand? Even if you had the money to pay off everything to go back, you have to write a letter to the Filipino government requesting them to take you off the blacklist. That's not an automatic. Like everything can be caught up, and you can pay all the fines and junk you had to pay, but until you write them a letter, like getting on your knees and say "Mea culpa," they can say to go to hell, but you're not coming back. You got to ask them to release you from that list.
Yeah, that. I mean, I'm not up to date on all that shit.
Oh yeah, they have to do that. Yeah.
So you guys over there would know a lot more about that than I would. I got no idea.
Yeah, it's one of those pay all your fines, and the Philippine government wants you to get on your knees to them
The only
writing
time I've
letters
ever,
saying thank you for my finder trade, but please forgive me. I'm sorry for what I have done. Mea culpa, mea culpa. Please take me off your blacklist. Let me come back.
yeah, the only issue I've ever had is going to America the second time, because I went before 9/11 and I went after 9/11, and the time I hit there after 9/11, they
That was a little harder.
they held me in and did an Interpol check.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
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 after 9/11, the world changed in the States.
yeah. Well, it was funny because the second time I went there, Ed, and both times I flew into LAX,
Uh-huh.
and the second time around, mate, there was National Guardsmen with fully automatic weapons everywhere. You know.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how it is all over now, even in New York City. Like when I go back, I have to get well, I have to go back to gonna have to go into town to get the bus, and I guess the station down there is completely Port Authority is police, military, everything in that city. The airport, same way.
Yeah, look, Graham, there's a difference between being positive and being an idiot. And I'm not an idiot. You can trust you're a bricklayer. Holy shit. Yeah, I look like a
That's
terrorist. I didn't look like a
ridiculous.
terrorist, but I guess maybe I look threatening. I don't know. And more than likely, it was, I guess, one, because it was after 9/11, and two, because the trips were very close to each other. So they're probably wondering why I'm jumping back in the country so quickly. But back then, as an Australian, I can get a 3-month visa for the US. And you'd still probably have to apply, Kev.
No, Ken,
So,
you have to write. I've read that you have to you have to write them a letter, ask them to be taken off the list. I do know that because I forget where I read it, but I read it somewhere online where you have to actually write them a letter, the Filipino government, and request to be taken back. You probably do through the consulate in the States. Write them a letter to the Filipino consulate requesting, and they take care of
yeah, I'm sure it's not as easy as just paying the fine.
it. They want you on your knees. They want the mea culpa, baya culpa, whatever it is. Call the
Yeah,
consulate
well,
and look at
I,
that
I'd call a lawyer that deals with
international law.
all that shit.
Yeah.
Um, but if you want any chance of stopping the move, I think you have to be over there, Kev.
Well,
Uh,
as I said, if the kids have the birth certificate, you have more of a leverage, but even without being there. But
yeah, if they're American citizens, but if they're not
yeah,
registered
but
as
not.
American
No,
citizens,
then that's up to her. She can do what she wants.
I think so. Yeah, that's what I would
Yeah,
assume.
that's the problem. Yeah. Like if they were already American citizens with the birth certificate and everything, he could go to the embassy and say, "Hey, whoa, I don't want those kids out of that country," and they would handle it. They would help them.
Yeah, Graham, you know what? I'm going to argue that point because I was with my ex for 10 years before I married her, and she still fucking didn't turn out so good. So, uh, individuals, it's every case is different, mate.
New York has a consulate face runner. He could always call New York's consulate. If he, I don't know if he's closer to Chicago or New York City. What's closer for Cal?
I think it comes down to, Graham, is finding. It's really hard to judge what people are really like and what they're thinking. I mean, we're not mind readers, but you know, I guess there's a bit of luck involved, or but yeah, definitely, you want to know the person pretty well. Yeah, nothing's foolproof, Graham. That's for sure.
Yep, that's for darn sure.
But the bottom line is, I guess if I was to get married again, it's got to be a forever thing. Just getting married, getting divorced, bullshit over and over again. It's not my cup of tea. Yeah, but Kev, I don't think what Ed is saying is that no wedding, no divorce. That's true. Even though you pay that fine, you're probably still going to have to apply to have your name taken off the blacklist.
Yes.
Because what you got to remember, Kevin, is when you pay that fine, you're paying money that's already owed to them. You're not paying them to let you back in the country again. You're paying money back that you owed.
I think no matter what type of, they could put you on a 1 month blacklist. If you're in that blacklist, you got to come off of it. And just paying a fine ain't going to bring you off that blacklist.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know, but that sounds about right, because like I said, you're only paying money back to them that you owe them. That's how they would be looking at it anyway. And I guess the other thing is too is I guess they got to look at you as a risk, having been there for 13 years without any.
Yeah. Kev, do
Yeah,
you have did the MSC give you your ticket out of the country, or did you buy it? Because you have the ticket out of the country plus their fines, don't you? The
that's a
MSC, you get your passport back.
that's a that's a good point. Yeah, Jedi, that's true. Yeah, we all make mistakes, and everyone needs another
Yeah.
chance, mate, without a doubt. But I guess what you got to look at is with in each individual case. I mean, I know that if I was working in immigration and a case like that came across me, I'd be looking at how big a risk he would be to doing it again. Nothing against Kevin, but that's with anybody. You'd have to look at that.
Yeah. Kev, aren't you dealing with both the embassy and the Filipino government? Like the embassy, if they paid your airplane ticket, you got to pay that back. And do they keep your passport? That's the other thing. If they have your passport, you got to get the passport back from the embassy. Plus, you got to get released from the Filipino government.
I thought he was married in Alaska, NC, but again, I don't know Kev's past, and that's his personal business. I don't pry into people's past. That's really none of my business.
Okay, you're cool here then. It's just the
Okay.
Filipino government. Okay.
There you go. That's one less headache
All
for
you
you
got
to
to
worry
worry
about.
about is getting off that blacklist. Yeah.
Exactly, Graham. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Or just Google it. Google immigration laws for the Philippines and just type in what do I have to do to get off the blacklist? If I'm on a blacklist, what do I have to do to get off? That's all.
Yeah, and
That's
I
very
agree with
hard.
Ed. I agree with Ed. I think there's just more than paying the fine, because the fine is something that you owed the country.
Mm.
So I think as well as paying that fine, there's probably going to be some sort of paperwork you need to
Okay.
fill out to get back off the list.
Well, that's good here, pal. That's good here, Kev. You're settled that way. It's just getting the Philippines. Yeah, I would check on them because I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure that you have to also write a letter to ask them to let you off the blacklist. Ask for permission to be released, even though the fine's paid.
I think so. Yeah, but again, I can't say,
Yeah,
Kev, because I got no idea. But
yeah, I think I'm about 90% sure it is because I read it somewhere. I just can't figure out where I read it. It might have been Philippine immigration site I read it in. Hmm. Yeah, no problem. 13 years because if they didn't get the bone back in your head, you could still be over there without paying.
yeah, no.
Mm. It's
Life
just
throws
getting,
some curveballs at us. That's for sure.
yeah.
That's right, Kev.
Mhm.
Graham, it could be that easy. How you doing, Andy?
That's what I'm saying. Making the application to the Philippine embassy. That is, they're taking you off that list. It's an easy process, yeah.
Well, I guess it still comes down, I guess, to somebody paper pusher to
Mm.
say yes or no. I don't know. I mean, I really have no experience with any of that, Kevin. So, but you definitely need to get that fine paid off, and uh, but
Like it'd
again,
be hell if you just paid the fine off and thinking you're off that blacklist and fly into the Manila or wherever, and all of a sudden, hey, you can't come here. You're still my you never asked permission to come off the list.
yeah, you want to make sure before you. I think Graham's right. You definitely need to see a good immigration lawyer and
Not even
find out
seeing
exactly
immigration.
what's.
You don't have to see a lawyer. You just have to call up the consulate and tell them, hey, listen, this is what was been going on. Am I clear to go back or not?
I wouldn't even
That's all.
even the
Why
consulate. You
why
might
pay
not
a
get.
lawyer? Why pay a lawyer? You call up a Filipino consulate and
Oh,
tell them your situation, and they'll
yeah,
tell you.
because the American consulate they got no say
No,
on
not a
any of that.
Filipino consulate.
Yeah,
You just pick up the phone, call the consulate, look where the consulate is, call them up
and
and say, hey,
that'll cost you nothing too. Yeah.
that's right, free call. Do I need to write you the letter to get off the blacklist, or could I go? And right then and there, they're going to tell you.
Well, it wouldn't be put you in jail, face runner, but they would definitely could refuse you entry back into the country if you're not off the list, even if you have paid the fine. I mean, you want to pay that fine and make sure that you get taken off the list as well.
A lot easier just to call them, Graham. The embassies in Washington got a consulate in what? Filipino consulate in Chicago, New York, and someplace in Texas. There's one, and in California. Hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, we can say whatever we want, Kev. It's up to you. You've got to be the one that does it all and chase it all up. But while you got that fine hanging over your head, you kind of your hands are tied, really.
Is it Chicago for you, Cav? Okay, you're close to Chicago, New York. You just pick up and call them up and tell them the situation.
Do you
Go
know
through
what,
everything.
Kevin? You don't even have to call. You could probably send an email. You could probably email them or
Yeah,
even talk to Jerry. Maybe Jerry can get that information for you.
Jerry's over here.
Yeah, but he's only there for a few weeks and he's already been there a while. But you could always ask him. Yeah, I would email. Email's a cheap way of doing it.
Call them. First,
No, but
call
no,
them.
Graham's right because if you email, then you have written confirmation. You
They're not going to bullshit you. You call them, they're not going to
no,
bullshit you.
no,
They don't.
no. They might not bullshit you, but you got no
Hmm?
proof then of what was being said. At least in an email, you've got written confirmation.
Well, what's going to be said is going to be truth because they're not going to tell you a lie. They're not going to say, "Hey, you can't go there," or "You can go," and then when you get there, you're not going to be. They're not going to do that. They're going to be truthful with you.
They might be truthful, but again, you got nothing to come back on if it's just a phone call. And let the truth is you can call people on the phone, and if you get someone that doesn't know what they're talking about, they can give you a whole heap of wrong information. That
To
does
send an
happen.
email. Jesus.
That does happen, though.
Yeah. Jedi, what do you mean? Will the U.S. consul know all your info in a PI? They just know what you tell them. They just know, and they don't know anything unless you tell them.
Yeah, I agree with that one. You really need to speak to a Philippines consulate
Yeah.
where they can access your records, so they know exactly what's going on.
Now,
US,
each country only have one embassy, and their embassy is in Washington D.C. It's just like over here, United States. The embassy is in Manila. They have a consulate in Cebu, and I think one more. But there's only one embassy, and that's the big one. That's where the ambassador is. But it's the consulate every place else.
Yeah, it's the same here in Australia, mate.
Yeah,
All the countries have their embassies in Canberra and then
right. And then the
consulates in all the other
consulate,
states.
yes. But there's only one embassy in the country.
Yeah, even that NCE, I'm not sure that would
That,
be enough.
but NC, that's just for United States related. They can't help them anything in the Philippines. There you go. Big Cap, you want to do that? Yeah, there you go. Just go right up there and say, hey, here's the situation. Talk to me. No, the consulate is the embassy is in Washington. Their main embassy is in Washington.
But at the end of the day, no one can do it for you, Kev. You've got to be doing it yourself.
Well,
I mean, people can give you advice and all the rest of it, but at the end of the day, you need to get out there and do it yourself.
that's right. Can't hurt. And Kev, what I would do, like all your assets, my thing, you pretty well, I think you said it, send it to your kids. Well, what I would do, I'd still send them money, but I'd cut back and I'd save most of it to pay. That's the quicker you get it paid, the quicker you're going to get back. I put more of that money into the getting that everything done. You can still send the kids money, but you don't have to. Hey, they're in the Philippines. They don't need that much. Just on your assets alone could pay the kids, but your other stuff, I would just hold on to it and pay that fine.
Yeah, I'd been keeping records too of any money you sent to the kids as well.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure there's a paper trail of some sort or electronic trail
Yeah.
that says you've been doing that.
Yeah, because you're sending most of your money to the kids the way you talk. You're always sending it to the kids. But I cut back on that a little bit. Send them the money. You have to do that. But I'd pay more into that getting out of that bill. So you're sending them an awful. You send them the most. I know you love your kids. I was the same way with my kids, but they're going to survive no matter what you send to them. Is more than what they have, and it's going to in the Philippines. You know it. You live in the Philippines. It doesn't take that much.
You know what, Graham? He probably should have done that a long time ago. I'm not sure if they do it that way or not, but
No.
definitely that would have been a good way of doing it. Yeah. But talking about it, Kev, will get you nowhere. You've got to actually take a stand and actually do something.
That's why I say, Kev, just call them and talk to them and see what they say. You may have to go there, and maybe you might not have to go there. Call them, just talk to these people. They're not gonna be bullshitting. They're gonna give you a straight shot.
But especially with what's happening now, Kev, you really do need to do something, and
You need to do
I'd
something
be doing it as soon as possible, mate.
because once you're there, you have more latitude with the kids. Once you're over there, you're gonna have a little more because you said if she's in Australia, those kids are just with her folks. You got more latitude with those kids.
Well, the thing is, if you were to get back over there, the fact that your name's on the birth certificates, you'd have every right to get them off the family.
That's what I'm saying. Get over there.
Yep. The thing is, Jedi, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know what it's like in the Philippines, but I would have thought everything's Hey,
Yeah,
simple
it's not the
choice.
fact of getting the visa. They could give you the visa,
But when you
like
go
right
in there,
off the bat. But when you get in the country, they're gonna set it up in the computer. You're gonna say, "Whoa, no, 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 no!
yeah, red
You
flag.
still
Or,
owe us $500 million. You're on the blacklist. You ain't coming here, buddy. Get your
yeah,
ass back on an airplane
his name would be flagged over there.
right
How you
away."
doing, Simple Joys? Doing all right here, thanks. Uh, I hope everything's good for you, buddy.
Mm.
Yeah, they can approve a visa, Face Runner, but if you're on a blacklist, your name's going to be
Your name's gonna
flagged.
come right out. It's flagged. Yeah.
Uh, they're going to pick that out straight away. So, but yeah, again, Kev, you need to do,
Yep.
you need to do it.
Say, Ken, just give them a call. Talk to them. See if you really have to go up there, but they're not gonna bullshit you. They're gonna be honest with you.
Good to hear, Simple Joys.
They're diplomats. That's their job.
Graham's right too. With the immigration laws constantly changing, and you really do need to act.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You gotta talk to them.
No worries, Kevin. Fair enough. So, what's been happening, guys? I'm kind of done with the Quentin Ballou and Frank saga. That's too much for me. Um,
We could talk about that goddamn DNC guy that pops in here and puts people on mute and runs
yeah, no,
away.
yeah, no, just lurks in the background.
Where is he? Is he still in there? He's
Um, he's probably lurking. Uh,
lurking there somewhere.
he might be working on one of his next cartoons. Who knows?
Yep. Tell you. How's the weather? Let me see what the weather is here. I don't know how the weather is. It's hot.
Yeah, actually, the weather's good here. It's beautiful. My passport ran out, so I actually have to apply.
It's
Yeah, thanks, Graham.
29 here. 85 Fahrenheit, 29 Celsius.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 31 here today. Blue skies.
Mm.
It's nice. Geez, you guys are more worried about my sex life than I am.
I'll tell you, they are. Yeah.
Uh,
I'd say something. I'm going to behave myself. I'm not going to get. Nope. Not going to do it.
okay, Jedi, you take care, mate. Have a good one.
Here, did you get it?
Thanks for popping in. Yeah, well, it's a bit like that here. Simple Joys. Had a couple of days of 40 degrees, so 31's quite nice today.
Yeah, about another month. The stateside in the states should start warming up next month, April. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start warming up there and start cooling
Mm.
down here.
Well, it starts warming up here too. This is really the spring has just started here. Summer has just started here. March, April, May, June is the summer. Yeah.
That's actually, I can't complain. Adelaide's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We have our few days of, extreme hot temperatures, but for the most part, most days are pretty good during summertime.
I'll tell you what I like about here is the way my water tanks are. When I go take a bath, it's hot water. I don't need a hot water heater for my house. If at a certain time of day, like maybe about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I could go in, take my fill. Like I don't have a shower. I have it's just the water pours and you put the water in a bucket and you use a scoop, Filipino style bath. But the water is so nice and warm because the sun's beating it. See, I didn't cap my well. I have just parts of my old roof. If you ever seen the roofs on the house in the Philippines, I have one of the slat of my old roof laying across the top of my well, and the sun hits that all day long, and it's just generating heat inside the well. And besides, my tanks are up high, and the sun is beating on the tanks. And oh my goodness, that makes the water so nice and warm. Like I have hot water all the time without in my house.
What the hell? Why didn't you put a shower in there? A
What?
proper shower?
I like a fire. Yeah, I got a little Filipino. Jeez, I can't go 100% Western.
Nah, but
Yeah.
this idea of using the bucket, that's,
What?
man, I'd have to
Wait,
put a shower
why? You don't have to be 100. You don't got to be 100% Western. Jeez, at least I got the water in the before I built the house. I had a good. I didn't have. I used to have to actually get the water from the well and dump into the big bucket to take a shower.
in.
Yeah. Now at least the water is coming into the house. Damn. Shit, what do you want?
Yeah, Gunnar, I reckon he's being a cheap
Uh,
ass.
no, I'm becoming a little. I gotta be a little Filipino. I gotta keep a little of the Filipino in this house. I can't let them go. I can't spoil 100%. She has to have a little Philippines.
Nah, man,
Yeah.
gotta have a shower. God help.
Oh, bullshit. Damn you Western people. Man, look, I'm not all Filipino. Like, as I was saying, before I put the tanks up there, let the water come in, I was have to actually dip the bucket down to the well, pull it out, and fill up the bucket. Now, at least the water is running. Jesus.
See, that's not living over here. That's called camping.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's all right. I'll put the water in a big bucket and I'll take my shower out of the bucket. Don't worry. It's not being tight. It's just being uh, living the custom, living the culture.
That's
That,
that's
that's a
that's your
culture.
mate. That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it. That's a culture. I'm old. I don't give a damn. You know that.
Yeah, I know. I just
But
couldn't. I
that's
couldn't live without at least having a shower.
keeping. You could. You probably need hot and cold water too, right?
Of course.
Yeah, oh Jesus Christ! I don't know about you guys.
I,
You're spoiled rotten.
the thing is, it's not
Mm,
expensive over there either to fit that
What?
out.
What? Electricity? Hey, for a water heater, I have to hook up a heater. That's electricity.
Oh, fucking hell.
That is. You know what my electric bill is this month? 8,000 pesos.
Oh,
Almost 9,000 pesos. That's
jeez,
ridiculous.
that's nothing.
That's over $100 for an electric bill. Jeez, that's ridiculous.
That's cheap.
And you want me to add more electricity? Holy Jesus.
Put in solar if you're worried about it.
Oh my goodness. Oh shit.
Great. Good one.
No, I do eat mostly Western. Well, not Western. I'll eat Filipino, but I don't eat rice. Not too much rice. Dried fish. I don't eat dried fish. And rice, just brown rice.
Yeah, exactly. Simple
Because that's
choice. These
cooler.
guys in the Philippines that complain about electricity bill. I mean,
Uh,
shit.
my TV is never on. My TV is sitting up doing it. I don't watch TV. Jeez. I don't watch TV at all. The only watch TV is my wife, the kids, and her family comes over at night and watches it.
Yeah, I think you're barking up the wrong tree there, Gunnar. I don't see Ed as being a Matlock. I don't see Ed as being stuck in front of the
No,
TV.
no, no,
I
no.
imagine that he's either cruising around the town or he's on his computer playing a game or,
Mostly on the computer playing a game
yeah.
or outside relaxing. Nah, I don't watch the TV too much. I don't know why I have a TV. I don't need one.
Yeah, I know you're joking, Ed.
Yeah. Mm,
No, that's true. Simple joys. But I guess it's all relative. Simple joys. I guess if you're living in the Philippines on a permanent basis, I mean, uh, you know, for a normal family over there, 8,000 is probably ridiculous. You know,
Tell me about it.
they're probably not used to paying bills like that over there. But
Load it up. But the thing is, with the water, hey, you gotta go. You have to keep some of your customs. and that's not a hard one. That's
Yeah,
I'm
Gunner,
from permaculture.
your power supply is probably 1,000 watts or more. So yeah, that's where you're paying for it, mate. But yeah, it's all relative, I guess. Yeah, the same anywhere. Face runner. I mean, you're in a Western country. Obviously your bills are going to be higher, but because he lives there, it's all relative to him.
Then in the States, my electric bill is outrageous. This is really cheap, but
Jesus, Dick Insider, you're in a mood today.
I swear he's something else today. I don't know about him. An electric wheelchair charged.
Yeah, Gunner, that's what kills you on the desktops is the power supplies, mate. Yeah. And you need a decent power supply if you're running heaps of shit off of them. So yeah,
Yeah, but the computers, they're so. They got power. They got those stupid safeties in there where it doesn't burn too much power. Or it doesn't use too much power.
yeah, that's true, Graham. You just got to get some of that black hose and throw it along your roof. Put a few curves in it and get it winding around on the roof there, and that water will heat up pretty quickly. I know guys that have done that to heat up their swimming pools.
See, the thing is over here, what do you use the water from outside? All that is used for is really cooking, and that's it. So you don't have to keep one tank for hot water and you just like my whole well is just the water is not hot, but with that sun on it all day long, it is warm. You don't got to worry about your cold water you're going to buy. You're buying your water to drink.
Yeah. Yep.
But the water source itself, the well water, what is that used for? To bathe, to cooking. Because once it boils, my wife very seldom uses it to cook, but you can cook in it because once it's boiled, it's safe. But that's what I use it for really is bathing and your toilet and stuff. That's
I guess you've been there for a while, so you're used to the living that.
well, I'm used to where the water is freezing. Before I had the well, before I built the well, the water would be freezing because we buying your water and dumping it in
That's
buckets. And everything.
that's true, Simple Joys. But then you need a pump to run that, whereas you can run gravity fed off the roof. Yeah, I agree. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's lots of smart ideas out there if you want to look it up. YouTube's full of that sort of shit. But if you use and I don't disagree, the compost piles do generate a lot of heat, but then you would need a pump to get that water into the house. But if you run it off the roof, and in a place like the Philippines where it's warm all the time, um, you're just running gravity-fed water straight in there.
Like my water is pumped to the tanks, but out of the tanks it's gravity fed. From the tank it's gravity fed out of the tank. But to get it up there, when those tanks empty, when those tanks run low, you hit the switch and it fills it. But I have to fill my tank with. I have 250-gallon drums. I fill 'em once a day, and I don't even have to fill once. I just have a habit. Every morning when I wake up, before I go run, I hit the switch and fill up the tank. And I don't want to shower. If you come and visit Grammy, you're taking the damn bucket back. So I'll tell you what I'll do. If you want to shower, you can go stand underneath the drums. When they fill, I have an overflow, and the water flows right out. So you can stand underneath the overflow and take a shower. There you go. Problem solved. You want to shower? You stand underneath the drums, and when it overflows, It'll come right on you. And you can take your shower. Otherwise, it's the bucket.
I'm gonna have to. If I go see Ed, mate, I'm gonna jump into a good hotel. I think. Hopefully, he's got a hotel around there.
You can take a shower. I'll put you underneath them. You can take a shower underneath the towel, underneath the buckets there, and underneath the drums, and right on top of you. Yeah, I tell you, you guys don't know what I know. And Graham, you've been over here in the Philippines. You should know better. Jeez.
Look, I'm sure that when Graham was over there, he would have got himself a place with some, Western style amenities. So
Yeah,
he would have had a shower. He would have had hot water.
oh my goodness, uh, I swear.
Like I said, mate, if what you're doing, that's camping. That's not living. That's camping.
It's camping. I don't understand you people. I don't know. Yeah, shorts and sandals. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm not sure shorts and sandals are appropriate where you are, Dick Insider, but Graham was eating strawberries on the beach for half his luck, man.
And there ain't no strawberries up in Baguio where he was, but he had
Oh,
to
I
take
bet
them
you
down
there
to San
was.
Fernando.
I bet you there was.
Oh, those strawberries, yeah. And Graham had those strawberries in Baguio, but there's no beach in Baguio. He had to go down to San Fernando. He had to go down the mountain, the side of the mountain.
I'm not sure that I'd want to live on the side of a mountain, that's for sure.
Oh, that's where he had to go and take it to the beach.
Not when you see all those mudslides and shit like that. That would definitely be in the back of my mind.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Same as there's some parts in the Philippines that are prone to the tropical
Typhoon.
storms and that.
Well, I'll tell you that where I am, we're prone to tropical storms because they always come up and over us. But I haven't really seen a bad like they've had a few this year, but I haven't seen really a bad one. Just a little wind or rain, mostly rain. I just haven't seen a bad one. Like that, any place in the Philippines is subject to a good typhoon, which is all islands.
Yeah, I mean, if you do what you have to, great.
Oh, see, okay, Graham. So get off me. You've done the bucket thing. It's not my. You kept the little Filipino customs. You can live with a Filipino. My wife is Filipino. I gotta keep some of her customs. I can't transfer her into a Western. That's the last thing I want to do.
But getting a shower in your house is not changing her culture or.
Yes, it is. If they use the bucket and if they have the little spatula there in the bucket, that is their custom. That's the way they do it. You let them do that. You don't have to put a shower up there. It's just as easy.
You're a hard man, mate.
I swear to God. Yeah. Showers are overrated. Thank you, Nathan. And you don't need a hot water because the water is nice and warm coming in this house, anyways. So why pay the money on electricity to make hot water and you got it coming in the house right from your well? My well ran dry last week. I could not believe it. One day my well actually ran dry. I had to wait a couple hours before it to fill back up.
You read what Dick Insider just said?
Oh my god. You can bathe in a bucket water. Sure. The water is hot. My goodness.
I'm with you, Dick Insider.
You guys don't know it, I swear.
No, but I mean, it's all fine to go live over there, but you know, and you don't have to live a full Western style. But Jesus, there's some little luxuries that you'd like to keep, and a shower is one of them. But to each his own.
Yeah, I don't know. Face, I really don't know how deep my well is. I really, really don't know how deep it is. Modern plumbing. Gunner, you go to hell. I really don't know how deep my well is, to tell the truth. It's deep enough, but just every once in a while, it'll. I think it's about the second time it happened. I've been here 3 years already, and it's
As
the
much
second time it did run dry. But it's
as
just for
much
a couple hours. In a couple hours, it fills right back up. But
as I like Ed, I'm kind of trying to almost agree with you, Gunner. Sorry, Ed.
but Dick inside the water is not cold. It is not cold. Maybe certain times of the day it might be cold, but a good part it's not.
And hey, downtown. Um, you got to remember, I guess, when you're living in a climate like that where it is hot. I mean, a cold shower is not all that bad, really. Uh, Probably be refreshing, and but like I said, I'm just used to.
And what I'm saying, it's not really cold water. It's not really a cold shower. That water is warm. It's like it's tolerable. Cold water, like it's not warm to the point that it's hot.
You know
It's
what?
just
Simple
warm.
Joys, you are dead right. Imagining a wife saying, "No, I don't want to shower. It's my custom." You're not going to hear that. I'm sure she'd love to jump in the shower and
She
have that.
probably would, but she's not going to get it. I'm not going to put a shower in that bathroom. It's going to CR. It's going to be
You're
too
a,
hot.
you're an ass, Ed. If I get over there, man, I'm going to pay for a shower to get put in there just to give you the shits, man.
Hey, if she wants to, she could do it herself. My wife went to plumbing school. My wife is really, she is, when she graduated from high school, she didn't go to college right away. What she did, she was a welder. She went to welding school. She
I guess.
worked in a shipyard.
Uh,
And then after that, she went to plumbing school. She could plumb the whole house if she wanted to.
yeah, Dick and cider.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how big, how small your willy is. I mean, I guess a cold shower could make you look like you don't have one if the old shrinkage thing kicks in. But I can have a cold shower and still look all right, mate. But I can't speak for you. Can't
I
do that
don't
in a
know.
bucket.
Get freaky in the shower. Don't need to get freaky in the shower. Jesus.
Good point. A good, very good point, Dick and cider.
No, Jesus Christ.
On a pretty big bucket, mate.
It's a pretty big bucket. I'm going to free jump in the bucket. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
See, I mean, I'm used to like winter time, jumping in a hot bath. But I
Yeah.
guess in the Philippines, you just don't get that cold weather to where you even want to jump into a bath anyway. So
I tell you, I really believe in the average Filipino house does not have hot water. The only ones that have hot water are probably foreigners. Where
yeah,
they'll,
I'm not sure 2 buckets would work. Simple joys.
that's right. That's all that matters, Gunman. You got it right there. The minute you work as world.
Shit, non-ship, non-slip flowers.
The shower pen.
Oh shit!
Oh my,
You guys are a bunch of shit stirrers.
I tell you.
But again, you would make it work. Fair enough. Again, it comes down to the individual thing. If you're happy with what you got, why bother? I guess. So I can understand Ed in, in that
I
way.
guarantee if you come to the Philippines, I'd say 99.9% of the houses do not have hot water in them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
The only ones I would say, well, your hotels all have showers,
Well,
and American like your gaijins. Okay, I'm talking Japanese now. Your foreigners, they may have hot water in their house, but anybody else, no Filipino house is going to have hot water.
well, it comes down to what you said before, Ed. Putting the hot water heater in there just adds to your bill, I guess. And with
And it's unnecessary. And it's really an unnecessary. I would just call it unnecessary. You don't need it when you have the water. Hey, that water is nice and warm when coming in. You don't need it.
yeah, fair enough. Like I said, to each their own. Me personally,
Yeah,
I'd like to have
yeah.
the
You're a
shower.
Westerner. Yeah, you're a Westerner. You're a Westerner. That's it.
Yeah, but
Anyway, everybody on here are Westerners, basically. And they would say the same thing. They want the shower.
And I have to agree with Dick and Sider. You can get freaky in the shower. It's a bit hard to do in the bucket.
Go get a hotel room for the day then if you want to get freaky in the shower. Go hotel room for a day. Jesus Christ. That's every time I go to Cebu. We could do it one day, but we normally spend the night just to get freaky in the shower. Okay? Jesus Christ.
There's a question for you, Ed. You have to answer that one.
What?
What do winters get down to in the Philippines?
What do you mean? What do winters get down to?
Temperature-wise.
Winters? There's no such thing as winter.
Well, there you go.
The coldest I've ever seen it where I am is 72.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius.
72 degrees Fahrenheit.
What's
Fahrenheit
that? Celsius?
72. Oh, okay. What? No, right now it is 83, so it's 29. It's 85 rather. So it's 29 at 85.
So you're still mid-20s. So
yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't get cold enough really there. Simple.
No, it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit. That's warm.
Well, 22 is not bad, I guess.
Yeah, it's 29 right now, so yeah, it'll be 22.
But then again, like here in Australia, if you sitting around 30-degree days and jump down to 22, it would seem pretty cold. But over there, the temperature probably doesn't. You don't have big jumps in the temperature.
Like that's where we're up in the mountains in Baguio would probably get too chilly. Or probably go on. Yeah, I don't think it probably maybe say 50, 60-degree days up in Baguio.
Oh yeah, well I've already been talking to boys like JW and Eric and Graham. It does get cool.
Up cool up you up in the mountain, yeah, you're gonna get up like that, but anyplace else.
They don't even need the air cons up there, so totally different again from where you are in Negros.
Yeah. And that's just one part of the country. The rest of the country is like where I am.
I've made my house plans. Bathtub, 2 showers, 2 dunnies.
See, that's great. Where are you going to build it, Graham? You're going to be in San Fernando or you're going to go up to Baguio? You going to go down with your boys in San Fernando or Baguio?
Yeah, that's right, Simple Joys. Yeah, Graham, I guess that the bathtub would be cool. The 2 showers, 2 dunnies, I don't know. I mean, if you building a house where you're expecting to have visitors, then yeah.
Where's San Juan? Where's that? Graham, where's San Juan? What is San Juan? San Juan's in Puerto Rico. Are you going to Puerto Rico? I've never seen a bathtub here. I did in a hotel. Some hotels have bathtubs.
I just got an email from from Dick and Cider.
Okay, north of San Fernando. Okay.
Oh my God, you're a sick man. Jesus, Dick and Cider.
I'll tell you, if I didn't get married, I was going to retire up in San Fernando. Well, not in San Fernando, just a little bit south of it. Yeah, I think a goal or something like that. And I was going to retire up there. That was my dream spot. San Fernando. That whole area. Well, Union is really beautiful up there. I love Union.
All right, see you later, Graham.
See you later, man.
Gunner, you're no different to Dick and Cider. You're just as bad.
See, Graham wants to live westernized. He don't want to be Filipino. He's going to be a Western.
No, but I can understand that, Ed. I mean, if you've looking at retiring over there and you got the money, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's true. But see, me, I have a different mindset. Okay, I have the money, but I want to try to keep some of the Philippines. I'm living in the Philippines. I want to try to keep some of the Philippines. I don't want to be a complete Westerner living in a foreign country.
Yeah.
I look at them. I want to try to keep some of that country. As little as it be, I want to try to keep some of that country.
Yeah, I hear you, Simple Joys.
That's how I am.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, Gunner.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's just me. I want to keep some of the country we're living in. I don't want to go completely Western.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
again, everyone's different and everyone's
Yeah.
looking for, at the end of the day, it's what makes you comfortable. Not,
Mhm. Yeah, see, I'm comfortable with it. Yeah, I spent many, many years in the Philippines. I'm comfortable living it. Like
yeah,
I live Filipino.
Gunner,
Uh,
I don't disagree with it at all. I'm just saying personally, you know, I want some of my little luxuries.
I'm saying, yeah, you want, but you have to. I like some of the luxuries too, but the thing is, you don't have to go 100% Western.
No, no,
And
I
that's it.
agree with that. But then, you know,
You
the thing is, that if you can get the little luxuries in there, why not? Because when it comes to a lot of the other stuff, you got no
know,
choice. And one of those things, Ed, and we've talked about this before, is the food. There's certain foods that you can't get over there.
that's it. That's it. To me, that's where the line is. The food. Like as far as anything else, hey, you let it go. But my luxuries are in the food. There's certain foods you like. That's where the luxuries are. But as far as a house or something, you gotta like my house is a simple. I paid a little over a million pesos for my house, which it's a simple house. It's not truly. It's not a big Western. It's not a big Western modern house or something. It's just Filipino standards, a Filipino house, which is more inside is more Western than it is Filipino. But I
Uh,
just feel like I keep on. You gotta keep. To me, when you live in a country, try to live as much as you can to that country.
what sort of toilet do you have? That someone's asking that.
A regular toilet, regular Western toilet. It flushes. Hey, shit. It's not like one of these CR toilets. No, it's a regular American toilet. But it's not like one of these outside CR toilets. I have one. I have an outside CR. There's one in the back there with a regular Filipino toilet in it. But
I agree, Gunnar. The squat toilets, they can stick them where the sun don't shine.
see, that's why I can't give up all the Western foods. There's some Western foods you still need. There's some you have to have. I can't give up all my Western food.
Yeah, but I mean, let's face it. When you talk about the Philippines, food is one of those things that you got no choice really.
Yeah. Oh
It's,
yeah, I give it up a lot of it, but there's some really like and you can't get. So, like hoagies. I can't get hoagies. A real live American hoagie, a Western hoagie.
yeah, like for me, and maybe Graham found this as well, but Graham's gone now. But you know, I would really miss having a good steak. So um, yeah,
Well,
Roger's the man to talk about hamburgers. Gunner, he knows what a good one over there.
see, when it comes to steak, I wasn't much really a steak man, anyways. Every once in a while, I'd have a steak, but I wasn't really much of a steak man, so I don't miss steak. I
Oh
don't miss
God,
steak
man,
one bit.
I'm uh,
Like,
I
I wasn't really much like. I maybe once a month have a good steak, but I really wasn't a steak man, so it doesn't bother me.
I mean, not so much now that I've been on my own, but um, when I was back in a relationship and that, and with my son and that, uh, red meat. We had you know, it was a we had.
Oh, I love my red meat. Yeah, I love red meat, but and a hamburger here isn't really too bad. If you buy a hamburger, it's not. It's so and so. It's a good pass. You could pass off. But, but the best hamburgers I had last month, well, when I went to get my visa in Bacoa, there's a place called Gunny's Pizza. It's ran by an American. He's a retired Marine. He sells Gunny's hamburgers. He sells the best hamburger I have tasted. Even in the States, this guy, he cooks them on a wood stove. He cooks them on wood stove, like, and oh my god, Australian beef, but it is delicious. He makes those hamburgers. Oh my goodness.
Now you're talking simple joys. See, I mean, that's the shit I would miss. A good Aussie rump steak or T-bone, onion and mushroom gravy. Chips and salad or mashed potato or something like that. Um,
Well,
but
you can have mashed potatoes. Yeah, you can have mashed potatoes. You may not get the steak, but everything else, the mushroom gravy, you can have that.
I mean, summertime, mate. I love a good T-bone done on the barbecue with some chips and a salad. Wow, you're making me hungry, Simple Jaws. I haven't eaten today.
I'll make you T-bone off a goat.
See, I'm not big on goat. I like
See?
my beef. I like my lamb. That's another thing. Simple Joys. A lamb roast. Uh, yeah. The only thing, Simple Joys, is when all the markets that I've seen that the guys show over there, there's nothing's refrigerated. So I'd
No, it's not.
I'd be
I
very
don't.
wary of seafood over there myself.
I very rarely eat seafood. Very rarely. Like my wife, in a couple towns away, we can't get it here, but you get some good fillets,
You know,
filleted fish. That
even,
is cool in her. It's in a store. It's in chillers and everything.
but you go to
And
those open markets and they got seafood
the
and they
open markets do
got
not
meat
have
out
any. Right, they don't have any frozen or any
there. No,
chilled
it's all
fresh
just
fish.
sitting out there with flies buzzing over it in the heat.
Right. The idea there to get good seafood, you got to be early in the morning when the
That's
market's still open. If the fish are just delivered, then that's you're getting the fresh stuff.
yeah.
But as it sits there all day long, it doesn't. It starts losing it.
Simple Joys. What's what a lot of people don't understand is that how spoilt we are.
Yeah.
We have some of the best beef in the world, some of the best lamb in the world. All the meat's pretty good here. Seafood is just sensational in Australia, um, and even fresh produce is unbelievable here. You know, we are spoiled. This country because we got so many climates and we can grow everything ourselves.
Yeah,
One of
but
the
but the thing is, in the open market, you have to be there. Like you get the earlier you get there, the better meat or fish you're going to get because it's all butchered early, butchered about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's taken to the open market. The same with the fish. The boats come in between 4 and 5 and boom, right to the market. So if you get there early enough, you can get fresh meat, pork, beef. You can get it fresh, but it has to be early. Got to be early in the morning.
Andy, you got to let me know when you want the link, and then I'll put it in there.
That's when you get it. Earlier in the morning, you get to the market. You get your good meat, good fish. But as the
There's
day
no,
goes on, well,
there's no big deal for me, Andy. You got to tell me when you're ready, mate. Yeah. For me, it's just bang,
oh,
press the
yeah,
button,
already,
mate.
boom.
That's why I
You got
said to you, you let
10
me know when
seconds
you
and
want
10 seconds and it explodes. One, two, three, 4, 5,
it. Bang,
6,
gone.
7, 8, 9. Boing, hey, you went 2 seconds, a second too quick. Put that back for a second. A second too fast. You already got to 9. It's supposed to go 10.
5 seconds should be enough, really.
Really, 4 seconds. Once it goes up, you can hit it.
But I wouldn't be big on ever eating anything over there that's not refrigerated. Um, and especially seafood. Seafood's one of those things.
Well, see, I get my seafood at 5:30 in the morning when I run. I get it right as it comes off the boat. So
Well, that's fair enough. Yeah,
it comes right off the boat. It's fresh.
but like seafood is one of those things you have to be very careful of. If it's left out too long, mate, you're going to end up with some food poisoning really quickly.
Yep, she gets her fish earlier in my because my father-in-law he follows me in a tricycle, and he gets her fish just when he comes off the boat. they're coming in. Says I'm just sitting there, and the boats are coming in.
You got to mute your YouTube, Andy.
Yeah, have we done that?
It sounds like it.
I have muted it.
Is he Aussie too, Andy?
Kiwi
Yeah.
collar,
Oh Jesus Christ!
through and through, baby.
Dick Insider, get in here quick! We need translation.
We've taken over.
We need translator.
Hey, could you imagine it? Australia being the #1 country in the world where everyone fucking thinks we're the fucking BCs? Fuck us.
Well, if you live here for a while, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, fuck yeah, of course we are.
Uh,
We just let these Americans think they know what's going on. Hey,
yeah, we need.
Actually,
Where is DC?
Simple Joys is Australian as well.
DNC, get in here. We need English. We need some proper English here.
proper English. Says the Amir.
Americans who have hacked the language to pieces
That's English.
even
We
remove
speak
the
English.
use of the word colour because they couldn't remember that many letters in one word.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's true, isn't it?
No,
yeah.
that's not. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Hey, so, I don't know. I'm trying to be. I'm just waking up. Not very long ago. See, that's the shift worker life. Last week, 8:30 in the morning. Today, wake up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
I was lacking sleep, so and I went out. We had a mate in town yesterday, so we were walking around the after concert because they had Red Hot Chili Peppers playing.
Oh wow, that would have been a good one to see.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. You had to get pretty close to listen to it, but we ended up in Rundle Street at a cafe and just had a coffee, and then went for a walk around and watching all the young guys acting like idiots. And
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Everyone that I just said cooey way earlier. Sorry, when I'm typing, I hate fucking typing, man. I know I should be allowed to at least say hello, I guess, but easier to fucking say hello than type hello. You know?
yeah, Joyce, I've seen that one.
So I apologise to all of you if I've offended any of you in any way, or if I do offend you any of you in any way, because it's pretty easy in this day and age to offend somebody.
Well, I think that's a generational thing. I think the older generation, you're probably going to find that not so offended easily, but yeah, some of these younger generation get offended pretty easily. Or if it's thin-skinned, some people are thin-skinned.
I just don't take myself seriously most of the time, so it's hard to take you guys anyone else seriously if you don't take yourself seriously. Hey?
Face runner, I support offensive behaviour.
I'll be right back.
No worries. Look, I mean, face runner, I don't mind a bit of shit stirring, but I just don't want to see the nasty shit. I don't want the drama here. And there is a line, and some people do cross that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want this to be a place where people come here and find themselves being attacked, and that's pretty piss weak. The whole idea is to come here and share experiences and just shoot the shit and and enjoy other people's company.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like everything. I look around the world, you can laugh or you can cry. Crying gives me a fucking headache, so I laugh at everything. The nuttiness that we've got. Eh?
I've seen you change your little icon there.
So what?
Change your little icon.
Change my little icon.
Yeah, you know what an icon is, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a picture of the Southern Cross there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's because now that I found this, here I've been on Yeah, I joined Facebook. I found this out recently, 2007. It would appear because when I was looking at this stuff of this chat shit, because you know me, like I said, I love to talk, and I've been sitting here for fucking 20 years on the couch. Well, just talking to myself. Why can't we talk to other people? You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not the Queensland state flag downtown. It's like the unions used to use that flag, the Southern Cross.
It's Eureka Stockade, man.
So what's the Southern Cross flag? What does that represent?
The Southern Cross. You don't know, like the stars in the sky there.
Yeah.
Eureka Stockade.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Eureka Stockade is a historical event that happened in Australia when there was kind of like a mini rebellion. It wasn't much of a rebellion, but it was a mini rebellion against taxes and shit like that. I think it was had to do with licenses, wasn't it, over mining? Andy?
Yeah, mining. Yeah, they put the price up on mining licenses, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, and so there was a bit of a rebellion about it.
Yeah, so when I went into changes, I got this flag instead because I couldn't remember where the other thing was, where the other thing came from, even. You know, that's what happens when you've redone your computer. I don't know how many times since 2007. Hell, probably was a different computer even.
Yeah, but I think that'd be an Aussie thing.
Yep. It's an Aussie thing.
An Aussie thing. See, we probably should get away from all this thing. An Aussie thing. You know what I mean? Hell, probably be, we should, it's just a human thing. We humans, some of us like to do it as easy as we can. And some other of us humans like to do it as hard as we can. I don't know.
Yeah, well, actually, the lightning bolt is, well, when I was looking for avatars or icons, it was like, well, what goes well with thunder? Well, thunder and lightning. So, yeah, thunder from down under. That's it, simple choice.
That makes sense.
Did you get that thunder last night? You hear that thunder last night? Oh, wake me up.
Yeah, I heard it just as it sort of got the first bit of it, and then I was just so tired, man. I just crashed out. And
see, well, the dog loses the plot. You know what I mean? Oh my God, jumped on top of me, woke me up. Fucking, oh my God, it was. Hey.
Well, that's what happens when you have a dog that doesn't know how to be a dog.
Oh, come on, it should be. Surely you should trust me. I mean, I think to myself all the time. I mean, I understand the whole thing. I mentioned the smells it smells, the sounds, all those kind of things. It's memories, I guess, of what lightning is and thunder, or what thunder is. But you're inside the fucking house, cunt. Get over it.
Yeah, but air pressures change. You might not notice it, but you get the thunder, and they probably feeling the vibrations and wondering what the hell's going on.
My only
understand. To them, it's a loud noise. They're not sure what's going on.
My issue is that he always wants to climb up where he wants to sit where the electronic equipment is.
That's weird.
Big house, don't want to doesn't want to hide anywhere else. Yeah.
I've heard of cats jumping up on computers and everything, but not dogs.
Oh.
Yeah, and Andy's dog doesn't really know what it's like to be a dog.
Well,
he thinks he's
a
person.
Small? Is he big or small?
Well, smallish,
medium.
Between small and medium. I mean, I call Jazz medium, really.
Enough meat to eat? Big enough to eat?
Big enough to eat? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You can't. Hey. I mean, would I eat dog myself? Probably not. Only because I've got such a fucking, I love them so. But And there's nothing like steak. Oh my God, it's Junior.
Junior,
my friend. Junior.
Please help me, Junior. They're trying to put dog on the barbecue, baby, Junior. They don't want to do it.
We're not going to be doing it.
Might if you didn't tell me what it was. Hey, buddy, this is steak. Philippine steak. All right, let's go.
We'll take care of that. We'll take care of your dog for you. Don't worry. Junior, take care of it. How do you want it? You want it in an adobo, a nice stew, or you want a T-bone out of it? They will take care of it.
Fucking is hilarious.
Yeah. We can handle it.
What's this fucking... Do you keep hearing this banging, this kind of, I don't know, like drumming noise even?
No, but sometimes from Eds you get that. Yeah, Simple Joys, I used to have bull mastiffs, so bull mastiffs were a large breed, and then I had American bulldogs, so what people call medium and small was probably a little out of whack for me.
Mike is scratching.
Oh, wow.
Voices in your head.
Really?
Pounding on a computer desk, that's right. That's what it sounds like. All right. I'm not going, yeah, it's been a fucking crazy kind of weekend, so, you know, I can... I wonder what the heck's going on sometimes in my head. Fucking hell. It's fucking more. Fucking don't take any of you seriously. What the fuck's going on in my head? That's what's going on in yours. Hey?
I got the fan going too, so you might be hearing that through my mic. So that's another possibility.
Oh, wow. Oof.
Yeah, it's thunder.
All right.
It's Thunder's Mike. It's him.
Fuck.
He might realize later on. He's going to realize in about 5 minutes he's muted. But it's Thunder's Mike that was doing it.
Go.
Was it Thunder? Is he back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, it was Thunder. It's your Mike doing a Mike Thunder.
Yeah,
it's Thunder.
It's like some code. Some deep, dark code that none of us know. Sending out a message to whoever. Hey, sorry. I fucking think it's weird shit.
Don't worry. You won't hear it now because I just muted it. Yeah, I did. Oh no, actually, he did mute me, face on, so I just muted him back.
That son of a bitch. That wasn't nice. I muted you just to see who was making a noise. I even muted myself. Jesus. I should mute him and let him mute it. Man, I'll tell you, if the guy would only take everybody's wrenches off them and let me and Junior control this room, it'd be a better environment.
Well, just keep your eye on Junior for a minute, all right?
I don't have to worry about Junior.
Neither do I. Have a watch.
So, you son of a... Why'd you do that to little Junior for? What's wrong with you? You're just awful picking on Junior like that.
It's a power play thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you take care, mate. Thanks for dropping in, Simple Joy. It's always good to see you, mate.
I tell you what, I'm going to have to go online someday. You're going to come in my room and you're going to be put on timeout so quick. Your head's going to spin. Then Junior's going to time me out so quick. Your head's going to spin some more.
What are you talking about? Junior's time me out.
Well, you see, if I really do start going in my room, I haven't been there in a year. I don't know how long is the last time I went online. But if I start going online, there's not going to be one wrench. That's just Junior. That is all.
You'll be timing out everybody.
You're going to have a straight room, only one room, one wrench, just Junior. So beware.
Oh fuck!
Hey, how do you send a request out? How do you get that?
Okay, there's two ways. Obviously, you can copy and paste the link from the Hangouts page, and put it in the chat, or when you're on the Hangout screen, it's got up top there next to the microphone, it's got invite people. You press that, and then you can put their emails into it, and that will send them the link.
It'll be right next to the microphone, or where would it be?
Yeah, on mine. Like I open up the Hangout. Are you right there, Andy?
Oh, that fucking noise is just. You know, my head's like bad enough as it is, man. Fucking without fucking.
It's been thunder. It's thunder doing it.
I've been listening to all night while I was asleep. I was listening to some fucking binaural beats, activating my mind, connecting it or some fucking bullshit. I can't remember exactly what the fuck it was. Whenever I see those sleep things, in my recommendations, I just click on them and put them in a little save in a file where I listen to them when I'm asleep. Usually trying to invoke DMT, but you know, I'll take everything and anything.
Thunder, pull out your mic in and then put it back in. Pull out your headset and put it back in.
Well, I don't have to do. It's not that. It's the fan. I've got a fan, and the mic is picking up the fan.
Well,
wow!
Fan off. Holy Jesus!
Hang on, let me.
That's mad.
I swear to God, open a window.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Open a fucking window. Oh my God! Bang, bang, bang in my head. It's like my head's still just, you know.
I'll tell you, if you had a hangover, you'd be in hell of shape.
Oh yeah, no, I've got a kind of hangover. Fucking, you know, but that's yeah, no bitching.
I put the fan back further. My goodness.
Oh, it's nice and I've got to say that's mellower than Bang Bang Bang.
A lot better now.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So Andy, where over in Australia are you?
I'm actually friends with Mark. I'm in South Australia with him. I've been friends with Mark since the 80s.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Cool.
We're yeah. So yeah. So.
Right.
But I've never lived. Sorry.
I've been to Australia one time.
Yeah.
And that was way down in the outback in Alice Springs.
Oh yeah, I've been to Alice Springs. Good place.
Only time I've ever been to Australia. Yeah.
You been there, Rob?
Yeah, just once.
Yeah, well, I mean, Uluru.
When I was in the Air Force, I had to go to Alice Springs for a couple of days.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of okay. Got drunk, but that was it.
Yeah, and that's one thing. That's one thing it appears we're good for. Getting drunk. Well, I used to be in the reserves back in the late 80s, early 80s, late 70s. Well, no, hang on. Must have been early 80s, actually. I was to be old enough. Yeah, used to give us cans of beer, 50 cents a can. Fucking beautiful. You imagine what I did most of the time?
Yeah.
Where these days I don't even drink at all.
Well, all Thunder drinks is Foster's, I heard.
No. That's just a lie. The only people who drink Foster's aren't Australians.
He drinks Australia's #1 beer, Foster's, right?
Yeah. I think that's just a sales point. Yeah, every Aussie drinks Foster's. Yeah, no, not unless there's no other beer in the place.
Where did he go now? He's lost.
Yeah, I know. Maybe he's beat the fan.
Away. The fan blew him away. Jesus Christ. I swear.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, I could deal with that. What I was listening to you before on the bucket thing. I mean, I could do buckets, wouldn't bother me. I'm not much, I'm not really a big fan of, showering and shit at the best most of the times.
Yeah, I tell you, get used to it. It's something you acquire. You get used to it.
No, that's it.
It don't bother me a bit.
If you like your life simple,
Yeah, and that's not even like your life simple. That's just like I see no reason for putting a shower in the house. That's all.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like it wouldn't cost anything. It's cheaper than hell to do, but I see no sense in it.
It's like when I bought my house. I never fucking. I mean, I didn't really think of it, I guess, but I fucking ended up. I haven't got a bath or anything. No, I've been brought up in a house with a bath, but and for a while there, I used to think, you know, you don't get around to having a bath all that often, but you know, it'd be nice to have one now and again. But you know, I haven't missed it. I've been in this house almost 30 years now, and I haven't missed having a bath. You know, it's probably easier in a way, get in the shower, get it done, get it over with. Buckets would be kind of easier again, even, wouldn't they?
It is just as quick.
Just as quick, yeah.
Turn the water on, it fills up the bucket, and you got that other little they call it tuba, another little thing put over your head, put it in the water. It's like a little tuba. It's like a little pan. You put the water in. It has a handle on it, and you push in the water, scoop the water up over your body. That's all.
Yeah, see, I mean, you can only really bitch if you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not washing at all, then we got reason to probably have a bitch. But then again, it's up to you, isn't it? Your lifestyle, you want to do whatever you want.
That's what I tell myself. If you want to shower, I'll take you outside. You stand underneath my water, my containers for water are way up high. As you stand underneath there, I'll put the pump on. We'll fill up we'll fill up the drums of water, and I have the overflow. The overflow just come right out, and you get a shower. It'll come right on top of you.
There you know, or the rain.
No, the overflow from my drums, from water drums. I have 250 gallon water drums, which feeds the water into the house.
Oh, yeah.
So, like I say, it comes from the well. I have a well, and I pump the water from the well up to these 250 gallon drums. And see, when they're full, I have an overflow valve where it'll come out, tell me the drums are full, and then I just hit the switch and turn the water off, and then the water gravity feeds into the house. You know, when I turn the faucet on the house, the water comes right into it, and gravity feeds into the water. So you just stand underneath those drums. They're way up high, way above my roof.
Yep.
They're way up high in the tower. Like, you stand underneath the tower. I'll overflow. I'll put the water on. When it overflows, you get a nice shower, because the water will come right off the drums, coming out of the overflow valve. What the heck?
Yeah, no, it seems like.
I'll probably do that in the middle of summer. When it starts getting real hot, I'll probably do that. I'll probably just, if it gets hot enough, I'll just turn the water on and stand underneath the damn drums. For a while, I'll get nice and cool.
Yeah, no, it's probably better in a way. Look, you get too, what's the word? Comfortable, even.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, if you've got a shower, it's easy to go in there. Hell, I mean, I probably should have more cold showers than I do. Yeah. But, you know, we're just used to it. You know what I mean? Hell.
Yeah. No, there's no hot water. I'll say that water comes out pretty warm.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting in the well. The heat's on the well all day long. And it's up in those barrels.
Well, I'm a bit of a cheapskate. I actually don't have my hot water turned on unless I actually use it. So I'm gonna have a shower. I'll fucking give it a bit of a heat up.
Yeah.
And if it's if it's hot, like in summer, I only got to turn it on for like 20 minutes something. Because the water's already hot. It's just giving it that extra kick. Where during winter might be an hour for it to warm up because it's
Yeah.
Not that it's ever real cold here.
Yeah. That's what I say. Go over here. The sun's always bright enough. The sun's banging on that well, and it's banging on the drums, and it's keeping that water pretty warm. That water is coming out pretty warm. It's not coming out cold.
Yeah, no. I've often thought about moving to the outback myself, just for all those kind of pleasures, those simple pleasures.
Yeah.
I mean, rather than, this world is.
I just got done building. I paid just a little over $1 million pesos. I'd build a house, and it's pretty much a typical Filipino house, but
what's a peso worth?
54 to 1. I figured at 50 to 1. I did it. Figured just 50 to 1. So
yeah, what's a peso worth in US dollars?
And 54 today. 54 pesos to $1.
54 pesos to $1. Wow.
Today's great. Yeah. Like when I did the house, I just did everything, figuring it at 50 pesos to $1, just to round everything off. It's a lot easier.
Yep.
So a little over $1 million pesos. What's that? $10,000.
Wicked. Maybe I should. Nah, I can't move to a place. I love Australia. It's just such a big island.
Well, see, I spent 8
Plenty of
years.
room. You can all come on down, I reckon. The government doesn't think so, but I think you can all welcome.
Yeah. Like I spent 8 years in the Philippines when I was in the Air Force. Lived here for 8 years. And I always said when I retire.
You seen the
it's gonna be
UFOs?
here. Huh?
In the Air Force, you ever seen the UFOs?
No, I haven't.
All right, so that's, you know, if anyone's going to see it, it's a UFO, the Air Force.
No, I haven't seen any. I haven't seen no UFOs. Nah. But they're there. I believe they're there, though. They're there.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any, but
yeah.
Well, I've seen things that are unidentified, but someone might have been identified. I don't know. I couldn't, you know, from the ground.
Well, a lot of times people see something. They might be weather balloons or something like that. So a lot of times people like you get in the States, Area 51. That's where they say they have all the UFOs and everything.
Yep.
Like, a lot of that is bullshit because that is a base that the Air Force they check out all their new weaponry, all their new airframes are checked, or go through their stages at that base, and it's so new, people don't know what it is, and they think they're UFOs.
Oh no! I've seen they're actually got even airspace. I mean, as far as they're concerned, you can't go over their airspace at all.
Yeah,
it's all
just, it's classified airspace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the mission of the base.
Yeah.
I've been to that base. I've been to that base, and I've seen some of the aircraft that they're working with, and it's just unbelievable. You think if you saw it flying and don't know what it is, you're going to say, "Hey, that's a UFO flying above us."
Yeah, I know, of course. Yeah,
it's an airplane. But that's in the middle of Nevada. It's, in the desert.
Well, that's right, where you think it's nice and safe.
Yeah, they use that. And there's another base, they call it Edwards Air Force Base. And that's where they do a lot of test flying out of Edwards.
Oh, come on. I wasn't asked. I didn't do it. Maybe you should, I don't know. Can you stop your conversation, the group, and maybe start again? I don't know. Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
Go to your settings and see if you can put it on. You mean plug it in? It doesn't work again?
You dicks.
Yeah, Space Fan, it's Nellis Air Force Base. Area 51 is considered part of Nellis Air Force Base. Well, what do you mean you have to close the stream? You're a dipshit. You don't know what you're doing. I swear to God. Jesus Christ. Well, stay out there and talk. Okay, go have a smoke.
Yeah.
Are you going to close?
I suppose I could, if you close it, I'll have to practice. I think I might be ready to open a stream myself by now.
Yeah, there you go. Get your own stream going there.
Yeah, no, well, only because I have actually thought about it since then.
I have one, but I just never go on it. Because I cannot carry a show by myself. I'm just, like, I could be on with you guys and no problem, I could talk. But by myself, it's hard.
Well, see, I was thinking it doesn't really matter. Like I said, most of the time, for the last 20-odd plus years, I've been sitting on my couch here talking to myself.
Yeah.
So, if I talk to myself on here and, well, there's no one around, it doesn't matter. I can still talk to myself. It'd be interesting, actually, to play back maybe what I actually fucking say. I wonder what I'd learn from that.
Are you keeping the stream going there, Thunder? I know what he's doing. Jesus Christ. Now he's going out and play with his dog. He's dreaming his dog again. That's all he's doing. Did you know he did that, Andy? Thunder has a habit when he takes his dog outside, he reams his ass with his finger to make him poo right.
Pardon? Sorry, I missed that. Yeah. I missed that.
Thunder has a habit when he takes his dog out, he reams the dog just
Oh my.
Just to make sure it comes out right.
I'm not sure you'd say that if you fucking knew him.
Get a dog guppy. Go get your cigarettes, Thunder. Hurry up back. Oh, Jesus. You arrest that. I arrest that poor wanker so much. Oh, my goodness.
Ah, fucking. Oh, wow, fucking.
Okay, go ahead and close and start another when you come back. Good enough. Andy, hang on.